Hel-
Well, he's back. And he's back this
Hello,
week.
ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the X-Pound Fantasy League, the good XFL.
Ding!
We are, as you've seen the last few weeks, back here on the X-Pound. Tiff is with us for once. We managed to do this
Hey
at a
there,
reasonable
yep.
time of night.
Yeah, and folks, you know what? We said we were going to do it an earlier time so long ago. Guess what? We're actually going to do it try to do it earlier times from now on so Tiff can be here. So,
Yes,
Yeah,
we're going
long
to work
time
on
no
that.
see, people of the internet.
mhm.
Queen of Hearts is back.
Yes. Well, technically, it's never see. You don't have a webcam.
And you
Well,
notice
long
that,
time no hear then.
Yeah, that one.
yeah, and you also notice it hasn't been on Saturday night for a while. It's going to go back onto Saturday night because that's where it's supposed to be. And next week we have our award show, which we have yet to rename. So, yeah, we'll rename it by next week, but it's going to be on Sunday. So, therefore, this is going to be on Saturday. So,
Yes, our annual awards will be done then. And do stay tuned for the week afterward when on one of the days, hopefully, we work it in with there will be some semblance of people, including myself and Geoff, doing a review of the first review of our Year of Star Kid that we're kicking off. And it will be the newly released Star Kid musical, released back on Christmas Eve, The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. So stay tuned for that.
yes.
Indeed.
All right. So because of the time frame, we're actually going to start with SmackDown so that Tiff can do that and then get to bed because she has to work in the morning. And she's the farthest ahead time zone of the three of us, so
Absolutely so.
let's just see where we are score-wise, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Yes, let's do that.
Where is the frick? Oh, let's try this. There
Queen
we go.
has decided.
Pretty much.
Indeed.
All right. Where's the screen share thing? Here we go. Live, everybody.
Indeed.
All right. There we go. No, that's the one I wanted. This one. Okay. So as you can see, folks, currently with a healthy lead is the extremely legit Yes Movement.
For now.
For now, at 1,759 points.
Yeah.
Followed at 1090 by the Rowdy Last Kickers at second. And at third place is the Big Dogs Club at 1,009. Just 2 digits swapped away from Tiff's. So we're going to go ahead and do this.
Indeed.
Let's go check our leaderboards. I can scroll over here to where they are. There we go. All right, so top of our leaderboard right now, we have Natalia at 121 points. Off of a big main event victory on Raw there. We got Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion, in second place at 115. We've got Dean Ambrose. Well, I should say Natalia didn't win because it was a title match and Ronda retained, but it was a good match. We have Dean Ambrose, Intercontinental Champion, at 111, followed by Akira Tozawa of the Cruiserweight Division at 102. Just a point ahead of the tied AJ Styles and the United States Champion Rusev, who are both at 101. Mustafa Ali coming in at 99, followed by Apollo Crews, who's been on a real tear of a push lately at 97. Finn Balor holding in there at 88, and Drew McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath, rounding out the top 10 at 86. And Seth freaking Rollins would make it in there at 85 if you disregard that one-on-one tie up there.
Indeed.
All right. Let's go to the SmackDowns. Let me put this in order. All right, SmackDown. So, SmackDown was airing at the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena in Jacksonville, Florida. And we open up with a broadcast of the live crowd, but then cut out to the lobby of the building where Daniel Bryan is standing, and an area has been cleared for him to walk around as people are watching from the nearby hallways.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a microphone, and he begins ranting about all the horrible things happening in the arena, like the fans eating all this horrible junk food and making themselves unhealthy and happy. Specifically talking about how horrible a hot dog is and what's in it, and then throwing it in the vendor's face. He talks about the toxic nitrates and Sorry, he took the hot dog from a fan and threw it in the fan's face. Let me correct that. Oh, sorry. My bad, folks.
It's okay.
Okay, that's better. He then moves over to the starts grabbing soft drinks, talking about all the horrible sugar in them and throwing those at people. Then he walks over to a merch stand that's clearly not a real merch stand.
Yeah.
And starts pointing out and starts, asks the guy for a Yes Movement t-shirt, and the guy doesn't have any. Jane O'Brien's like, that's right, you don't have any, because I killed the Yes Movement.
You mean a shirt like this?
Yeah, like that. He complains about the plastic packaging on AJ Styles' merchandise on the table, about how wasteful it is and how it's going to end up killing animals. And he then walks off the screen. And we cut back inside the arena, and Jane O'Brien comes up through the crowd near the top of the stairs area. And he walks through the crowd with a microphone and starts talking about how he's going to create change and help all the weak people here be stronger. And he snatches an AJ Styles promo from a fan and starts cutting a promo on AJ. And the people shouldn't be proud of AJ. AJ is weak. They shouldn't follow him. AJ is just like they are. They should aspire to be better than that. They should aspire to be like Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan continues walking down and berating people in the audience, hurling insults at them. Mostly one-word insults, I don't remember what they were off the top of my head, but it was pretty good. And he got to the very bottom, and some dude that was just inside the barricade near the front row said something, and he repeated one of the insults because it was obvious Bryan hadn't intended to say anything else at the end there, but the guy got in his face, so Bryan pulled it out.
Okay.
So he repeated one of his insults from further up the stairs. Right in the dude's face. Daniel Bryan then climbed over the barricade with the intention of getting himself in the ring. But as soon as his feet were on the mat in the ringside area, he got jumped by R-Truth.
What's up?
Not Daniel Bryan after he got knocked on his ass. So R-Truth begins beating the crap out of Daniel Bryan. And they brawl themselves around the ringside area as we go to a commercial.
He probably thought Daniel Bryan was the Miz.
I wouldn't put it past him. Anyway.
So over to Tiff for the points.
Well, it's a promo and an assault. It's not that hard to do. But Tiff, what do you got?
Once she unmutes.
I didn't realize I was muted. Here I am sitting here talking, and you guys can hear me. But anyway, I did a promo for Daniel Bryan, and
Yes.
like you guys said, and I did the insult for R-Truth. But he also did a clothesline that I seen when I was watching the show. However, I don't know if you wanted to count that because I had counted them as 5 and 5.
Well, assault is only 4. And assault is not 5. But if you count the move, it is 5.
No, I know. Yeah, that's what I did.
So it depends on the clothesline. I mean, he does have that flying lariat that he does.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he did?
That's what I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. I think
was
he hit him
asking
with a
Tiff because she said she saw it.
sorry.
I don't recall, but I think it was just like a regular clothesline.
Okay.
If it was just a regular clothesline, then it probably shouldn't count. If he jumped off the barricade to do it, then I would count it.
Mm. Yeah, so that's fair. So in that case, it'll be 4 points to R-Truth. Puts him at 20.
What's up?
So following the commercial break, we come back where the commentators who have attempted to get a hold on the situation inform us that R-Truth was out here and Daniel Bryan on his way because these two had a scheduled match that has now been properly started during the commercial break.
In other words, they just let them fight.
Yeah. So apparently the match was scheduled and R-Truth was already out here for the scheduled match and Bryan was making his way in and R-Truth jumped in when he got down there. So it was a scheduled match, according to the commentary. So anyway, Daniel Bryan regains his composure and it's not a particularly long match. He gets control for a while, but Truth, after getting beat up by Bryan for a little while, manages to get a flying elbow out of the corner, but he misses the corner shot and turns around into the running knee to the face and gets pinned.
Knee plus.
Also, I feel like we need to get Daniel Bryan in a match against Shinsuke to see whether his knee or the Kinshasa is better.
I would say his knee because he doesn't have to wind it up like the Sweet Chin Music. He just runs at you.
That is true. But anyway, match points, Tiff.
We're gonna start with our truth, and I have him as 5 for the match and about 4 move points. So I'll give him 9 points.
Okay. 99. And Daniel Bryan.
Let's see here. I have him as 5 for the match and 20 for winning the match.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5. That gives, and 5 move points. That gives him 30 points to Daniel Bryan.
Well, 5 moves in that short of a match. That's impressive.
Well, I counted 2 running corner drop kicks.
Yeah. Okay.
One regular kick because he's a kicker.
Yeah. Okay.
Running forearm and a running knee.
Okay. Sounds good. So that would be what? 20 and 5 is 20. So it's what?
30.
30.
Okay. Cool. Puts Daniel Bryan at 7-7.
Woo!
All right. So we roll on, and after the match, Daniel Bryan begins walking up the ramp. And as Daniel Bryan pauses on the top of the stage for a second, he gets jumped by AJ Styles. AJ beats the shit out of Daniel Bryan and begins throwing him into the LED boards. And beating him down on the stage. Daniel Bryan finally manages to break free and retreats as some assorted referees and officials try to hold AJ back. But AJ pulls back from them, grabs a steel chair from I don't fucking know where, and starts threatening the officials with a steel chair, and they back down. But Daniel Bryan has since gotten away.
He might have grabbed it from the pit or something because they were on the stage, right?
Yeah, that's probably where he grabbed it from.
Because there's like steel chairs and shit like stacked up on racks in the pit, isn't there?
Usually, yeah. That makes sense. So, yeah, so that would be, I'm just going to say it's an assault to AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Fair. Either that or AJ brought it with him.
I don't think he had it with him because he came out and he jumped Bryan from behind with just his fist. Unless he dropped it when he came out. I don't know.
Yeah,
but either way.
He dropped it to use it later, but yeah.
Regardless, he didn't actually hit anybody with it, so it doesn't matter.
Fair.
All right. So after this, we have our next match, which is a tag team match player. And it is the tag team of Samoa Joe and Andrade Cien Almas, accompanied by Zelina Vega, taking on the team of Mustafa Ali and Rey Mysterio.
That is a tag team I am very much okay with.
Yeah.
That sounds like an awesome tag team.
Indeed. Joe and Ali start off, and Joe starts off strong and basically uses Ali as a beat slut for a little while.
Joe is gonna kill you.
Pretty much. Ray finally manages to get a tag, and they start double teaming Joe. But Almas finally manages to get a tag, and he starts going at it with Ray. Manages to hit some kind of a driver maneuver for 2 count. Controls the pace for a little while, but Ray reverses a face buster into a face buster. And then tags in Mustafa, who hits a Hurricanrana and starts picking up the pace. Samoa Joe gets involved from ringside, and this distracts Ali and allows Almas to take control. He goes for a stomp on the corner, but Ali fights him off, and both men end up down. Ray gets a hot tag and goes to town on Almas with a Hurricanrana and a kick to the face. Joe tries to cheap shot him, but Ray kicks him in the face too, and then hits a seated senton. Ray then hits the Canadian Destroyer on Almas for a 2 count.
Just when can Ray do the Canadian Destroyer?
Sunset flip powerbomb, same difference.
The Canadian Destroyer is a sunset flip driver.
It says something about, in the recap, it says something after the Canadian Destroyer about a pile driver, and apparently that is supposed to be like a banned in WWE. However, Ray did it anyway.
That's good to know.
It's right there in the recap.
It is?
Yeah, keep reading.
I know that just goes to, then it just keeps talking about the match. I don't see that in here.
No, he says he does a Canadian Destroyer, and then it went into a pile driver, and it's supposed to be banned in the WWE, and yet Ray did it anyway.
Oh, hang on a minute. I think I know what happened here.
Well, based on this image I'm seeing of him doing it to Almas, that is in fact a Canadian Destroyer. That's a fucking pile driver.
Fair enough.
P.D. Williams.
I think I know what happened here. I think I know what's going on. Let me scroll back down to this here. Whoa.
You're reading the wrong recap?
No, it's the right, not exactly. It's good enough. I think I know what happened here. If I could just verify.
Which recap are you going by? Like, who's doing the recap? What's the name?
Who's doing your recap?
I think it's Eric Lynch or something.
That should be the right one. That's weird. I don't know why I've seen a different recap. I was thinking maybe you ended. Let me see. The table.
John Lynch. John something.
Hang on. Destroyer into a pile driver. Yeah, you're reading the John report.
Yeah.
Irony. That's the cruelest of all ironies.
Why?
Yeah, no, because the John report is something John, which it's certainly detailed, and you're welcome to use it. He's an excellent. He's the reason this show exists.
Uh-huh.
Because he runs the John Report is something he's been doing for a long time on different websites. He also has his own website and was hiring people to do articles for it many, many years ago. And Geoff and I paired up and tried out for that, which is when this whole thing started. He rejected us, so we said, screw it, we'll do our own show. It started in writing, got video added, and now here we are today doing all this X-Poundy stuff. So kind of
history lesson for the viewers. Yay.
But anyway, so yeah, but yes, I do see it mentions here in the John Report. Pile Driver Bam, but Mysterio did it anyway. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've been going by the John Report the whole time.
That's fine. To be honest, he's probably more detailed than the live recapper guy on Raja. So thank you.
If anyone is allowed to do a move like that, it'd be Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, at any rate, he hits the Canadian Destroyer, sends out a powerbomb, and gets a 2 count. Joe runs in again, but Ray trips him on the ropes at 619's his ass. Then Ali hits a 450, but Almas is the legal man, so it doesn't do him any good. And he runs over, knocks Ali out of the ring, and then hammerlock DDTs Ray for a 3 count.
So we'll go to Zelina Vega first of all, because she's just got a 5 for accompaniment. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, Tiff.
Okay.
So Zelina gets 5 for accompaniment.
Yeah.
33, okay.
And then, because I'm going back and forth between documents here, trying to score and trying to read off my list here. We have, I guess we'll go to the losing team first, and
makes sense.
It doesn't matter which one to go for because they both got 12 points each. Mustafa Ali has 5 for the match and 7 move points, which gives him 12 points.
Mustafa. Jim's not doing it.
Mustafa. I got it. What was the number again, Tiff? I'm sorry.
12.
12. Okay, so that's going to be, let's see, 109 and 111 for Mustafa Ali. And Ray.
Mr. Rey Mysterio.
There we go.
So he's got 5 for the match, and then he's got 7 move points, which gives him 12.
Okay. So, yep. Yeah, 12. Okay, so that's 39, 40, 41 for Ray.
Hey, Jim.
Yo.
You want to give Ray a show?
Oh, yeah, I guess it's a good idea. All right, he's on SmackDown. Hey.
Or did you just randomly draft an indie talent?
Yeah. That's fine. All right, go ahead, Tiff. The winning team.
And the winning team. We're going to go for Samoa Joe first. He's got 5 for the match and 15 for the win, and then he's got 1 move point, and it is 16 points for Samoa Joe.
All right, sounds good. Samoa Joe gets 16, which is going to be 91, and 6 is 97.
And we go to Andrade Cien Almas.
Yes.
He has 5 for the match, 20 for the win, and that gives him 25 and 3 move points, which gives him 28.
Yep, 12 times to 28, 34 is going to be 54, and 8 is going to be 62. All right.
Okay, moving on. Jim?
Yep, moving along. All right. I mean, I guess which window I have open now. I'll move that open. All right. So next, we have some pre-tape promos. First off is Carmella talking about how nobody thinks that she's going to win, but that she was a SmackDown Women's Champion for 130 days, beat Asuka twice, and beat Charlotte twice. And she's going to prove why people shouldn't underestimate her tonight, because Mella is money.
Yeah, no one thinks you're going to win, Carmella, because when you did win, you actually had a valet with a brain. Right now, you're lucky if he even shows up for your matches. Like, tonight he didn't show up for your match.
Yeah.
Because he got his ass kicked by Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
yeah.
So we got that. And then we follow that up with a promo by the Usos about how they're going to beat the Bar and welcoming them to the Uso Penitentiary.
Right.
So promo to those folks.
On lock.
Yep. Let's see. That's going to be 23. And then we're going to go to the Usos. Oos!
Oh.
Thank you. At least somebody's paying attention. All right. So the Usos are going to get 5 points. That's 50 for Jimmy. And 57 for Jay. Okay.
No, that's not right. What did you just say?
Let me go back. Hang on. Let's see. I had 5 points to Jay Uso's 45, which gives him 50.
Uh-huh.
And then Jimmy Uso had 52 points, and he gets another 5, which is 57.
Oh, here, yeah, okay. I'm marking the wrong people. That's why it went wrong.
Oops.
Because I went in, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to score Jeff Hardy. I was like, it's wrong. Okay, we're good now.
All right, we'll move on then.
Indeed.
All right, so rolling on in the recap. Let's see. We got the promos and such. We cut to the back to Damiz.
Miss.
Damiz. He comes into Shane McMahon's office to complain about the Usos being a match away from a tag title match. He says he wanted Shane. Basically, he indicates to Shane that he thought that Shane would use his power to get them into the tag title picture right away. And Shane counters Miz by pointing out that that's not how things work here on SmackDown, or in the WWE in general, and says that they're going to have to work their way up and earn their shots, just like a regular tag team. And Miz starts trying to talk to Shane about how he'd been thinking about their matching ring outfits, saying that he was leaning toward the white leather. And Shane looks bemused at this for a moment before taking a phone call and just walking out on the Miz.
You skipped something somewhere.
What did I skip?
You skipped a lot of stuff.
What did I skip?
Because after the promos with Carmella and the Usos, we were supposed to hear from Rusev.
No, Rusev is after the he's after the Miz.
Well, then you must be still looking at that thing because I went by the John report.
No, he's got it here too, because the Usos did a promo, commercial. Shane McMahon was in his office when the Miz showed up.
Okay, I must have missed that part then, I guess.
Yeah, that's between commercial and let's hear from Rusev.
Mm-hmm.
So Miz and Shane 5 points moving on.
Yep.
Miz.
Miz. We're going to hit Shane on the way down.
I'm still confused as to who the face is in this pair.
It's Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Because Shane doesn't feel like he's doing facey things.
But that's the idea. The joke is supposed to be that Miz is trying to act like the face, but it's very obvious that the entire face facade is bullshit just because he wants Shane to be his partner. That's the joke.
Excuse me.
And that Shane is very aware that Miz's face facade is bullshit, and is only going along with him to humor him.
Oh.
All right, so we got that. Next, Rusev. Rusev Machka.
Sorry.
It's okay. Happens.
Rusev Day.
So Rusev comes out and he begins cutting a promo about and showing footage of how his lovely wife Lana got injured last week because of the actions of Shinsuke Nakamura. And he shows the footage of this. And he says that he's not out here tonight as the Bulgarian brute. He's not out here tonight as United States champion. He's not out here tonight as the man with the body of 1,000 Hemsworth brothers.
Yeah, brother.
But he's out here tonight as a husband. And he addresses Shinsuke and says that, you can talk to me and do what you want to me, but once you mess with my wife, you cross a line you can't come back from. And he orders Shinsuke Nakamura to get out to the ring right now because he's going to break every bone in his body. So Nakamura pops up on the screen sitting in the production truck with a production guy next to him. And he informs Rusev that Lana's injury is not his fault, but Rusev's fault, and that he is here at the truck to have this guy play the footage to prove this. So Shinsuke has the production guy play the footage again, but he has the footage slowed down to show certain parts, specifically that what actually happened was that Lana was on Shinsuke's back, and had Rusev not Machka kicked Shinsuke in the face, he wouldn't have fallen backward on top of Lana, being his point. And after shows all the replay, he blames Rusev for Lana's injury. So Rusev gets pissed off and storms out of the ring to go find Nakamura. He runs into him in the back, and Nakamura cheap shots Rusev with a production equipment box, then beats him up for a while until the officials show up and pull Nakamura off. They pull Nakamura off screen for a moment until he comes running back in and nails Rusev with a Kinshasa. He then leaves again. So that's going to be a promo to Rusev. Excuse me. Promo to Rusev is 106. Shinsuke gets a promo, and then assault and a move is 10 points.
And a weapon use.
On a weapon use, right, 13 points. Am I right on that, Tiff?
Production box.
Yeah, he used the production box, however. You said 4 in assault, 1 for Kinshasa, that's 5, and 3 for a weapon, that's 8.
And 5 for the promo.
Where did you... Right. Okay, yep. Then that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So following all of that craziness, we see a video package of something that happened on Raw that I'll cover later when we get to the Raw part. And we then go to a tag team match that is The Bar versus the Usos, and if the Usos manage to win this match, they will earn themselves a tag team title shot.
And they proceed to lose.
They do.
Wasn't there a a pre-taped promo of some sort from Becky Lynch?
No, let me check the one you're looking at, because I have them both open now. No. Oh, you're right. It's not in the one I'm looking at. Becky Lynch did a pre-tape promo saying she has to jump through hoops to get back the title she never lost, when she really shouldn't have to do all that, but she doesn't care because she made the title important and put it at the top of the world, and that she's going to win it and Asuka's fully aware that she's on borrowed time until the man settles the score.
She's kind of not wrong about putting the title on the map.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you might as well go off the John Report, because it seems like it's the better recap, dude.
Yeah, it seems like it.
John Report, you're back. Welcome home.
Yep. All right.
So 5 points to Becky Lynch.
Yep.
She's the man. She's the man.
All right.
No?
Then we go to the aforementioned tag match. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. I just felt like I was being ignored there. That's why I was like, wait, is this thing not working?
No, don't worry. If you're being ignored, we'll let you know. Anyway, so, following this, we have the aforementioned tag team match. Jay and Sheamus started kind of evenly matched until Cesaro got a tag with Jimmy, and they came in. Jimmy nailed a head scissors, and Sheamus managed to pull Cesaro out of the ring to prevent the running corner hip attack. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Jay hit a forearm on Cesaro, but Cesaro hit a knee to the ribs, and the heels took control. There were some uppercuts from Sheamus to Jay. He ran the ropes, but Jay clotheslined him. Jay got driven to the heel corner. and was used as a beat slut for a while into the commercial break. We come back from the commercial break, and Jay is still being beat slutted, as Cesaro and Sheamus are tagging in and out. But Jay manages to come back and insecure Sheamus and crawl over to Jimmy to grab a hot tag against Cesaro, with Jimmy hitting an insecure kick. And Cesaro was apparently an impressive flip bump after that.
Oh, that's my phone. Really?
Anyway, Jimmy hit a Samoa drop on Cesaro and then hit that aforementioned running hip attack that he went for. He sent Sheamus out of the ring and then hit a dive over on a suicide dive onto Sheamus. Jimmy hit a suicide dive on Cesaro and sent him over the barricade into the crowd. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Jimmy went up top, hit a cross body block on Cesaro after they got him back out. Sheamus tagged in, and both Usos hit a super kick to the head on him, and then Jay with another super kick leading to a 2 count to another commercial. It's a long match. Cesaro was in control of Jay with a swing, followed by a sharpshooter when we come back. Jay managed to crawl and grab the bottom rope to break the hold, but Sheamus got tagged himself in and began assaulting him some more, hitting him with a knee to the face. And Sheamus hit him with a knee to the face from the ropes, and then Cesaro got a 2 count. Sheamus couldn't believe that. Jay fought out of the corner with headbutts, but Sheamus got a tag and hit a running knee. Jay managed to break free and hit Sheamus with a super kick. Cesaro makes a tag and jumped off the top, and Jay managed to super kick him too. And Jimmy he went to get the hot tag for Jimmy, but Mandy Rose's music hit, which caused a distraction, and she was at the top of the ramp in a towel and asked Jimmy to help her and wondered if she left her tiny gold shorts and her tiny gold top in his hotel room.
Dun dun dun.
Oh my!
Giggity giggity. All right.
Giggity, giggity, giggity. All right. So Jimmy was distracted by this, so Sheamus had knocked him off the apron, and Cesaro hit Jay with a neutralizer to win the match. Yeesh.
Okay. So, beginning with Jimmy Uso, we have 5 for the match, and 5 move points gives him 10 points.
Okay. Which one that was Jimmy, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Jimmy gets 10 points. Puts him at 67.
Jay has 5 for the match, and 8 move points gives him 13.
All right. So that puts him at 63.
And then we go down to the winners of the match. We have Sheamus as 5 for the match, 15 for the win, and 4 move points gives him 24 points.
All right. Sheamus with 24. That was 34, and 3 is 37 for Sheamus. And Cesaro.
Cesaro, he gets 5 for the match, 20 for the win, because he had the pinfall, and 4 move points gives him 29.
Okay, 29 becomes 39, it goes 40 even. There we go.
40 even.
Am I the only one who thinks they need to bring back GTV for this feud?
Yeah.
And then...
It's not a TV 14, unfortunately.
And then Mandy Rose was 6 points for the distraction.
Yes, that is accurate. Geoff, did you hear everything while you were gone?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure you're caught up. So that's week 4. It's going to be 42. Okay.
Then you bring back GTV with your host, The Godfather, since Val Venus doesn't do that anymore.
Right, that is true.
Meow.
Now bring back GTV with your host, the guy on the indie circuit that does the penis flex.
Ha!
Ouch.
What's that guy's name? Joey Ryan?
Yeah. Oh, that would be amazing.
It's the U-porn plex. He renamed it. Let me correct myself.
If they do that, I can almost guarantee you John will start watching WWE again.
Probably. Fair enough. Moving along. Following this match, I'll put the John report back up. Look at that one instead. All right, following the match, The Miz showed up to congratulate the Bar on their win. He got in the ring and said that he wanted the Bar to face The Miz and Shane at the Royal Rumble. And Cesaro bragged about how he thought they were great as a team after they beat everybody on Raw and everybody on SmackDown. So he didn't think The Miz and Shane were worthy of the match, and Sheamus hit The Miz with a bro kick. Sheamus then added that they accepted the match anyway and then dropped the microphone on The Miz.
It was Cesaro that said that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And no, you should Sheamus.
Oh, sorry. Cesaro said they accepted it and dropped the microphone on Miz. My bad.
Okay, now if I got this all correct in terms of scoring, we have Miz with the 5 for a promo, Cesaro 5 for a promo, and if I got this correct, I have Sheamus 1 for the bro kick and 5 for a promo, and gives him 6.
Sounds correct to me.
Okay.
All right, so Sheamus with 6. Gonna put him at 43. And then Cesaro with what did Cesaro have?
5 for the promo. Because he didn't do any, like...
Oh, that's right. He didn't
kicking
actually, because Sheamus did the attacking, right? Fair enough. Okay, cool. So we got that done.
And did you hit Miz too?
Yep.
Okay. Just give me
We're all
one
good.
second. Alrighty.
So we then go to the backstage area where Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And as I'm walking backstage, of course, Mandy reveals that she actually had her ring gear on underneath the towel. Naomi then showed up and attacked them. Mandy and Sonya got the advantage, though, because it was a 2-on-1. But then Jimmy Uso showed up to save his wife, which led to the heel women retreating.
Assault to all 3 women.
Yep. All right, so Naomi and Mandy Rose. And Sonya Deville. All right. So following that, we cut to Charlotte Flair, who cuts a promo about the main event match that she's going to be in, saying that she's a 7-time champion. She's main evented Raw, SmackDown, and multiple pay-per-views. And that tonight her focus is on Becky Lynch and Carmella, while at the Royal Rumble, her focus will be on Asuka. And she informs all 3 of those ladies to get ready to be humbled by the Queen. Promo to Charlotte. Anybody alive out there?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
Just checking. Stop eating during the show.
Well, that's what you get for suggesting that I record around dinner time.
Yeah, but you agreed to it, so...
I agreed to it because I knew you needed to go early, so
Yeah.
I did it for you.
So anyway, following
so onward
this,
and upward.
yes, next up, Daniel Bryan is interviewed by Kayla Braxton. He complains about AJ Styles attacking him from behind earlier tonight and said that he didn't really care why Styles attacked him. He said that, wasn't that vicious and not half as vicious as the new Daniel Bryan. He continued ranting about how AJ is not going to take the WWE title from him because Bryan's fighting for a cause that's bigger than them, and the new Daniel Bryan will be the WWE champion forever.
Promo to Daniel Bryan. Am I wrong or right?
Yep, no, you're right. That's promo to Daniel Bryan. Sorry, I thought we missed something, but it's after the Bryan part. All right, 5 points.
I don't think he's going to be champion forever, but I do think he's going to beat AJ because it'd be kind of stupid to just give it back to AJ, in my opinion.
Yeah. So there we go. Moving along. Next up, Shane McMahon approaches The Miz in the back. Miz says that he challenged their competitors like Shane said, but Shane said that's not what he meant. He says they have to train and scout, but Miz says he's ready to win now and doesn't want to wait.
Mm-hmm.
and believes in the team. Miz talked about what this would mean to him and his dad, and Shane says this is not how he wanted this to go down, but then he asks Miz if he thinks they can win. And, Miz says yes, and so Shane says, let's do it at the Rumble. It's on.
Mhm. So 5 points. Promo
Yes.
points.
Yes. 5 to the Miz and Shane. Shane at 20. And Miz.
I'm here.
Miz goes up
So-
to 56.
They're stealing Shelton Benjamin's gimmick, the world's greatest tag team.
Something like that, yeah.
You ready?
Moving on.
Move on.
Yep.
Keep on moving.
Keep on moving on, indeed. We then go to our main event match, a triple threat match between the man Becky Lynch, the fabulous Carmella, and the Queen Charlotte for the #1 contendership for Asuka's SmackDown Women's title. And this was a good match. It was one put up a good fight. Carmella and Becky got knocked out to ringside pretty fast, and Carmella and Charlotte went at it for a little while. Becky then rolled in and cleaned house, took Charlotte out of the ring, then followed her out, dropped her with a shot to the face on the floor, then connected with a kick to Carmella's face. Charlotte got back in and fought Becky in the corner. Becky slammed Charlotte on top of Carmella, then drop kicked Charlotte. Charlotte starts fighting back on Becky, and Carmella hits a big boot. Charlotte nails a moonsault that connects on both women for a 2 count on each of them. Charlotte and Becky fight up to the middle rope, but Carmella runs over and slams Becky down to the mat, then punches Charlotte in the face and hits her with a Frankensteiner that gets a 2. Carmella dumps Becky out of the ring and hits a suicide dive on her. Charlotte looks for a moonsault off the top to them on the floor, but misses and crashes down at ringside. Becky then suplexes Carmella on the floor and pummels her for a while. Back in the ring, Charlotte manages to get back into it and drop both the opponents and lock Carmella in the figure 8. But Becky comes flying off the top with a leg drop on Charlotte for a 2 count. Charlotte gets dumped outside in the exchange, and Becky taps Carmella out to disarm her.
Okay, then.
Also, Carmella apparently used the code of silence submission at some point. Flair with an overhead suplex followed by a backbreaker, boot to the face.
Isn't the code of silence like her finishing move or one of her finishing moves?
Yes.
Yeah. Just saying some more of the moves were noted on the John report than in the other one.
Yeah, because he doesn't do it live and actually pays attention. So anyway, over to Tiff for the points.
Yes.
Okay, so we have Carmella first. We're going with 5 for the match, 7 move points, and then 4 for the main event. Being in the main event is 16 points. If I'm right.
What about again? I'll make sure you're right.
Carmella.
Okay.
She has 5 for the match, 7 move points, gives her 12, plus 4 for the main event is 16 points.
Sounds right to me. So that's going to be 33, and 6 is 39.
39.
39.
Right, so
Next.
we are going to go to Charlotte.
Sounds good.
5 for the match, and we have 8 move points, and 4 for the main event. That gives her 17 points.
17. All right. That's going to put her at 37. Cool.
And then we go to Becky Lynch, who won the main event.
Yes. The man.
We have 5 for the win, 20. 5 for the match, 20 for the win. And she had 7 move points, gave her 32, 4 for the main event, and 5 for the main event win, which gives her 41 points.
Yep. All right. So it's going to be 106 for the man Becky Lynch and a top 10 spot.
For now.
For now. All right. So that ended SmackDown. After the match, Becky celebrates her win. Asuka's music hits, and Asuka comes out and stares her down from the stage. So we'll give Asuka a mini for that.
Ooh. Nobody is ready for Asuka.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to check the scores. I got to do these things in reverse order. This is SDL, which was on 1/8/19. We're going to do Raw, which was on 1/7/19, and then 205L was on 1/9/19. Okay. So checking the data after
1/8/19.
No, 205 Live is on Wednesdays.
Yeah, they moved it to Wednesday.
So it's not technically live anymore.
So Raw is 106, 16. SmackDown is 17, and 205 Live is 18.
No, Monday was the 7th, Tiff. I have a calendar right in front of me.
Okay, I'm wrong then.
Yeah. Raw was on Monday the 7th, SmackDown on Tuesday the 8th, and 205 on Wednesday the 9th.
Yeah.
Let's look at the totals.
Yeah. All right. Refreshing. All right. As it stands right now, still on the nice lead at 1889 is the Extremely Legit Yes Movement.
1889. Okay, I did something wrong there.
Okay.
Fix it later.
Fair. Second place at 1311 is the Rowdy Last Kickers. And still in last place is me with the Big Dogs Club minus the Big Dog at 1041.
Yeah.
That is the only score that I got right.
Wow. Okay, then. We'll figure that out later.
I have myself as 1308 and Geoff as 1894.
Yeah, looking at that point distribution, you can see how badly I got hosed on SmackDown Live. Holy crap! But that's okay. We have Raw and 205 Live too.
Yeah. How badly you got hosed? I got less than 40 points.
Yeah. Yeah, we both kind of got hosed on SmackDown. It was
How
all
are
Tiff.
you trying
You
to
got
say
150.
that you got
What are you
hosed?
talking about?
Exactly. Why are you trying to say you got hosed there over there, Geoff? Because you're in the lead. You've been in the lead.
You got 139 points for SmackDown. You got the most points for SmackDown. Actually, no. Tiff had the most points for SmackDown, but you got the second most.
No, I was about to say, there's no way I got the most points for SmackDown. I didn't get like any wins, well, except for Daniel Bryan, but that.
You know,
barely
Tiff. I mean,
even
Tiff got about 230 some odd points, but
yeah,
220, I think. But either way, yeah, you're still doing better than me. So
true.
no
Still in
complaints.
the lead.
But we have
Yeah.
Raw coming up, and you're really strong on Raw. So
Well, we're gonna see what happened on Raw. Tiff, you gonna stick around for Raw, or you want to head out now?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around for Raw.
Sounds like a plan. Let's move to Raw. Let me go back over to.
not to mention you have a main event match on 205 Live. So
I do.
you didn't win, but you were in it.
Okay, that's still fair.
Yeah, Cedric was the main event for that 4th spot. Remember?
Nice.
He got his ass kicked, but he was still in the match.
Well, that's fair then.
But we'll get to there.
I'll open the John report again for this one, so I have it for comparison's sake.
You sure you don't want to go by the one you used to actually score it?
I'm gonna do that too. I'm just gonna pop over because that has a little bit more detail for reading purposes.
Fair.
Then again, I also watched Raw, so I technically don't totally need the recap, but
This is true too.
let me
I assume
get
that's
there.
what opened the Raw.
No, that is not anywhere near what opened the Raw.
How did that not open Raw? What the hell?
Because they chose not to open Raw with it. Let me recap the Raw. God. Well, we did open, the Raw was at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida on January 7th. And we opened with the appropriate R.I.P. Mean Gene Okerlund graphic.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, as Raw turns on, we can't even get into the show yet. Because Raw turns on, but we can't start the show because Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins are beating the shit out of each other in gorilla position.
Okay, then.
So they fight their way out of gorilla position out onto the stage. And Rollins then throws Lashley off the stage, or rather shoves him off the
score
stage.
This one.
What's that?
So how are you going to score this one? Because you had multitude of wrestlers trying to pull them apart.
That is true, but wrestlers showing up to pull people apart, I don't normally give points to.
Okay. Fair enough.
But anyway, Lashley gets pushed off the stage, and then Seth jumps off the stage onto him. And then pummels him some more, and then the wrestlers and referees pull them apart, and finally succeed in doing so, and they get them to the back.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Go assault for Lashley and Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that happened. So, assault to Bobby Lashley. Gonna be 24. And then Seth freaking Rollins gets an assault down here somewhere. Goes to 90. All right. All right. Now, once we get that mess cleaned up, we can actually start the show.
Can we go back to stuff again?
Sure.
How many? You gave him 4 points for the assault.
Oh, did I give him 5 by mistake?
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you.
Because I was thinking I was doing something wrong because I was pretty sure he had 85 before.
Yeah, no, you're right. Did I do the same thing to Lashley?
No, because he had 4, and well, yeah, you did because I guess it's 23, not 24.
Okay, then we will reduce that by 1. Okay, get it. Sorry about that. Thank you, Tiff.
Hey.
Anywho, once we clean the assault up and get it out of the way, and we open the show.
I now have hair.
Yep.
I don't like his hair. I do
have that
not
hair.
like his new hair. I do at
I
all.
have that hair.
It doesn't look right on him. I want him to go back to his old haircut because this one is not doing it for him whatsoever.
And that's why he's keeping it.
Why is he keeping it?
Because it's not doing it for him whatsoever.
Because people don't want him to have it, therefore he's going to keep it.
Anyway, John Cena comes out to the ring. He's got his green attire on. He doesn't get new attire as often nowadays. And he welcomes everybody to Orlando, to Monday Night Raw, and to the road to WrestleMania. He said that's why Seth Rollins is fighting for his life, because everybody knows it. At WrestleMania, you either step up or you get left out. And he knows how it feels to be left out, and he'll be damned if he gets left out again this year. He says on that road to WrestleMania, there is one match where any superstar can grab that golden ticket to a main event championship match at WrestleMania, and that's the Royal Rumble. Cena says that nothing is given away in life, nothing is handed to you. You work hard and you earn every inch. And that he is going to earn his golden ticket and is thereby officially entering himself into the Royal Rumble match. All right.
Promoted John Cena.
Well, we're not done yet. We will get to that. What do you mean, of course not?
Because there's always more.
Yeah. So anyway, Cena is interrupted by Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, hello.
Hello.
I thought his headset went again.
No, we're okay. So anyway, Drew McIntyre comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks to John Cena. And he says, now, John Cena, unlike anybody else around here, I don't care who you share your bed with and who you don't. I don't care about your stupid haircut.
Mhm.
And John Cena took his hat off at this and showed off the haircut. You see, what I do care about, John Cena, is your 16 World Championships. What I care about is that you've main evented multiple WrestleManias. What I care about is that Vince McMahon himself called you the greatest of all time. And as it so happens, I agree with him. You are the greatest of all time. And John Cena asks him what his point is. And McIntyre responds, well, you see, John, I know you're not around as much as you used to be, but I've got a bit of a reputation around here now for taking out the greatest of all time. And, just ask the Shield. Oh, no, you can't ask them because I broke them up and Roman's not around.
And they probably all went, boo!
I turned Dean and Seth against each other. Oh, why don't you ask Dolph Ziggler? Oh, that's right, you can't because I destroyed and embarrassed him in a steel cage last week. Oh, I know. You should call your friend Kurt Angle and ask him how I humiliated him and made him cry in the middle of that ring and tapped him out to his own ankle lock. I am the most dangerous man in the WWE, and John Cena, I've come for you now. And so Cena replied that he's feeling good. The show started with a brawl, amazing noise. Now he's sad. And he tells McIntyre, I've heard the same thing every week, week in and week out for years. So much so that I had to leave just so you guys could come up with a new promo. And, what? But I asked the question I always ask Drew, what makes you any different from anybody else? And the fans, or at least some portion of the fans, began chanting Cena. And Drew replied, you see, the others are all talk. I am going to show you what I'm all about. And Drew McIntyre climbed in the ring and removed his jacket, and John Cena removed his hat and T-shirt. But before they could start a match, they were interrupted by the very annoying voice of Lio Rush.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Who marched out with Bobby Lashley in tow and began screaming about how wrong it is that Seth Rollins assaulted Bobby Lashley at the top of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, right now, I'm telling you right now, this cannot stand. This is not acceptable. If something is not done about Seth Rollins, we are going to get a lawyer.
Okay.
Do you hear me? A lawyer. What's that, Tiff?
When I cancel the show is canceled until further notice, unless something is dealt with. Unless this is dealt with.
Yeah. Thank you.
I recall him saying that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, as Lio Rush is sitting there screaming, Seth Rollins comes tearing back out of the back and jumps Bobby Lashley from behind again. And they resume beating the shit out of each other on the ramp. As this is happening, Seth Rollins is so distracted fighting Bobby Lashley, he doesn't see Dean Ambrose come charging out behind him and jump him. All three of the men begin assaulting each other on the ramp, and McIntyre and Cena slide out of the ring and join the brawl. And as they brawl their way around to the camera side of the ring, Finn Balor's music hits, and he comes tearing out, does a somersault dive over the top. He runs in the ring first as McIntyre sees him coming. Is like, bring it on, Balor. And he begins beating him up. They begin beating each other up in the ring. He hits McIntyre with a sling blade and clotheslines him out of the ring. Then suicide dives the whole group. And as everybody's down on the mat at ringside, we go to a commercial break.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Oh, score the clusterfuck?
Yeah. So, let's see what we got here.
Assaults all around.
Well, first of all, we're going to have a promo to John Cena.
And an assault.
Yeah, promo and assault to John Cena. So that would be 9 for him. That puts him at even 40. And promo and assault to Drew McIntyre. That's going to be 9 for him, which is going to be 4 and 5 is 95. All right. Oh, excuse me.
Promo and assault to Leo Rush.
Yeah, promo and assault to Leo Rush. Very good.
Fresh off a loss to Kalisto.
Yeah, he didn't really do a lot of the assaulting, but I think I'm only going to get yeah, I'll give him the assault. What the hell?
I don't think he was in the brawl at all.
No, I won't give him the assault. 81. Okay. Bobby Lashley gets an assault.
Whoa. Can you go back to Leo?
Yeah, hang on. Let me put Lashley's in here real quick, and then I'll go back to Leo. Well, actually, let me go back to Leo first, just in case. Shoot. Leo Rush.
So what, you had him at 76 before.
76, right, and he gets 5 for a promo. Puts him at 81.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, I thought you said you were giving him...
Yeah, then when you pointed out that he wasn't in the brawl, I took it back.
Okay. Alright, just checking.
Just trying to be fair.
And Bobby Lashley has 4 for the assault.
Jim, continue.
Yep. So Bobby Lashley, like I said, is going to get 4 points for an assault. I'm going to put him at 27. And then we're going to give 4 points to Seth freaking Rollins for an assault. Puts him at 93. 4 points to Dean Ambrose. Where the hell is he? There we go. So he's going to get 4, puts him at 115, and then 4 assault points to Finn Balor, plus a sling blade and a suicide dive, and 6 points to Balor. Puts him at 94. All right. All right. So following all that and a commercial break, we come back to find that this has been organized into a 6-man tag team match, Playa.
You saw that coming, though.
Yeah, as you do.
With the heels having an advantage of Leo Rush.
Yes, that is accurate. Didn't help him.
Fair.
Anyway, this is a pretty long match, actually. Went through 2 more commercial breaks.
So who inevitably got the win here?
The win was
faces with Seth Rollins being winning by pinfall.
Yep, Seth Rollins curb stomped Ambrose.
All right.
After a 22-minute match.
He's Seth freaking Rollins.
Pretty much.
Seth. All right, Jim, score this bitch.
Yeah, yeesh. All right. Here goes everything. So, advantageously, several people in this match did not do any moves.
Mm-hmm. Did Leo Rush try to interfere?
No, not that I see.
Damn it, Leo, you gotta do shit.
Surprisingly.
Damn it, man, you're costing me points.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, well, you're way ahead anyway.
Yeah, so Lashley, Ambrose. There's a 4, Rod Lashley, Spear, McIntyre. Yeah, I don't see anything. Let me check the other recap. Nope, not a damn thing. So these guys all went back and forth. A lot of moves were thrown. It's basically what you'd expect out of this match. The guys throwing a lot of their known moves, hot tags, the usuals. The match ended as Drew ate a super kick from Rollins. Rollins went up top for the frog splash, but Drew rolled out of the way and tagged Dean. Dean came in and went for a dirty deeds on Rollins, who had gotten down, but he escapes and drops Ambrose and then curb stomps him. So there you go.
Suck it, Dean.
Yeah. All right, so.
Or should I say Bane?
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this. So, heel team first because they lost. Drew McIntyre was the only heel that actually did anything. So, Bobby Lashley and Dean Ambrose each get 5 points for showing up.
All right, then.
Damn it.
What's
Sorry.
I have Bobby Lashley and Dean Ambrose.
She does.
wrong?
Leo Rush also gets 6 points for being at ringside.
I'll say yes, but you also have John Cena.
That is true.
Yeah, but he didn't get the pinfall.
No,
No.
but he's still on the winning team, so he's still got 50
Yeah.
points.
Leo Rush is at 87. Let me go to the face team. Tiff, let me know if I'm going too fast for you.
No, not yet.
Rapaldo!
First, we're going to do Drew McIntyre on the heel team. We haven't done him yet.
You just said face team, so that's
I did. I forgot about McIntyre. Sorry. Drew McIntyre gets 5 points for being in the match and 4 moves. It's 9 points to Drew McIntyre.
Cool. Yes, please do give me the points I earned.
That's also going to put Drew McIntyre at 104, by the way.
Alrighty.
At a top 10 spot for the time being.
All right.
Yep. Okay. Nope. You're right, cause I'm marking the wrong Drew.
Yeah, no, don't. As much as I would like to give the points to Drew Gulak, we cannot do that.
Oh, all he did was flap his gums on 205 Live.
Yep, he does that. Anywho.
They're both right close together, and I thought I was marking the right one on the list.
That's okay.
Rapaldo!
So we're gonna mark John Cena first.
Yeah, sure. John Cena did one attitude adjustment. So he gets 1 move point and 5 for being in the match, and 15 for the winning team is 21 points to John Cena, unless I missed any Cena moves that you know of.
So in other words, you're saying Cena was there to hit his quota.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
So let me correct me that. He actually, sorry, I thought that was the case in the other week. Thank you, John Report, because the other recap, I'm pretty sure that wasn't what happened. No, okay, so let me amend that. John Cena did the full 5 moves of Doom combo.
So he gets 5 points for moves.
So he gets 5 move points. He did the full shoulder tackle, side slam, and the 5 knuckle shuffle in AA. So he did the full. He didn't get to the crazy punch move, but he did the other ones.
He didn't do the shitty bang bang?
No, he did not.
That's what I'm calling it now.
That's fair. I said because he hit the AA on Ambrose, but he couldn't do anything else because McIntyre made a tag and hit Cena with a Glasgow Kiss headbutt.
Okay, then.
So that was counted in his moves. So anyway, John Cena should have 5 move points. 5 for being in the match is 10, and 15 for being on the winning team is 25 points to John Cena.
Yeah, I was about to say, unless John Cena was just outright losing, there's no way he didn't do the 5 moves of Doom with the attitude
That's
adjustment.
65 points to Cena. Also, Drew McIntyre gets another point because of that Glasgow Kiss headbutt I didn't know about.
Woo!
So put him at 105, Tiff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should start using the John Report from now on. It comes out a little bit later, but it's more accurate.
Well, yeah, if you're not going to score until Saturday anyway, you might as fucking well.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
the thing is, he does the report the day after, so.
Okay, fair enough. Cena also hit an attitude adjustment on Lashley. He did another one.
Did I give him another point?
66 for John Cena. These move points. Yeesh. All right. We got all that done. Okay, right.
Finn Balor.
The Claymore kick we got covered. That was all he did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to Finn Balor. If I've read this correctly, Finn Balor should get 15 points for the winning team. 5 for being in the match is 20, and 3 moves is 23 points to Finn Balor.
The Demon King.
Let's see. Let's see. Drop kick. Double foot stomp, drop kick, and a coup de grace. Yep. Okay. So that is accurate. So that's what I just say. 23 points to Finn Balor. 97, 07, 117.
And your winner,
Yes.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Pretty much.
with a metric crap ton of points.
Yeah. So Seth freaking Rollins is surprisingly, despite winning the match, he didn't actually do all that many moves in the match.
He had a counter.
He did. Well, hang on a minute.
You said he
Yeah.
countered out of the Dirty Deeds.
He did counter on the Dirty Deeds, and I count that. But no, Cena also hit an AA on McIntyre.
The fuck?
Cena kept coming back in the ring and hitting AAs on people.
So that's all he was there for, was just to hit AAs on people?
Pretty much. All right. So anyway, yeah. So Rollins did do that counter there off the Dirty Deeds at the end there. So Seth Rollins will get himself 20 points for winning the match. He'll get 5 for being in it. It's 25. And he'll get 5 moves. It's 30 points to Seth Rollins.
And 3 for the counter.
That's counted in the moves.
Okay, I count them separately.
No, I count it. Yeah, it's 2 moves and 3.
Fair.
And that'd be, yeah, that would be 5, yep.
Yeah, I'm saying if he had more than 2 moves, because I think because he hit the Falcon Arrow.
And the curb stomp.
And the curve. So I think those are the 2 moves that he hit. Let me see again, because the Frog Splash got evaded, that was already given to McIntyre for the evasion. And that was about all he did in the match. So yeah.
Is tagging Dean Ambrose in really considered an evasion? I guess.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought you said he evaded it by tagging Dean Ambrose in.
Well, no, he evaded by rolling out of the way and then tagging Dean Ambrose in.
Fair enough. Okay, yes, that does count as an evasion.
So anyway, yeah. So Finn Balor gets, what did I say, 30 points?
Mm-hmm.
No, Seth Rollins get 30 points.
Oh, sorry, Seth Rollins gets 30 points. My apologies.
Trying to give yourself points.
All right, so Seth Rollins gets 30 points, which is going to put him at
if we're going to give him away, Dean Ambrose got the 30 points.
123 for Seth Rollins and the top 10.
I was about to say, I know you're in last place, Jim, but come on, that's a new level even for you.
Anyway, post-match.
Yes.
Rollins was watching up the ramp, and
would Leo get 5 for accompaniment? I assume he was still down there.
I already gave him that. Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Actually, now that I mentioned, I think I gave Leo 1 too many points because I put 6 down, but that will be an interference and not an accompaniment. And he did not interfere, shockingly.
Yeah.
So she take 1 point away from Leo Rush. He should be at 86th.
That is fair. All right, post-match.
Post-match, Triple H appears on the big screen for God only knows why.
Because I'm lazy.
Well, no, because, he literally, somebody in the production truck had to have the idea of, I'm just going to randomly put Triple H on the screen just as an excuse for Seth Rollins to be pissed off and march to the back.
Okay.
It's like, why, clearly Triple H did not either know or intend to be put on screen, so what the fuck happened?
Why? What did he do?
Well, nothing. The screen came on, and Triple H is just standing in the back, and he's having a conversation with some members of the women's roster. And we can't even hear what they're saying. They're just on screen, and we see him talking. He's talking to Bayley and Sasha, and I think one of the other ones. And he's just having a conversation with these women, just his back is half to the camera, just talking to him. And Seth is like, all right, well, fuck it. Seth marches to the back as the commentators point out that Triple H is the one that got Seth all fired up into this new state of mind he's been in the last few weeks, and apparently couldn't be bothered to even watch his match. So Seth Rollins marches to the back and interrupts Triple H speaking to the ladies and gets to Triple H's face, informing him that, he said, well, first he slaps Triple H in the face. Then he informs Triple H that, hey, is that what you want? Is that good enough? Is that the man you've been looking for? I want Ambrose for the title tonight. So Triple H pauses for a moment and then looks Seth Rollins in the eye and he goes, you've got it. Tonight. Falls count anywhere. Welcome back. And then marches off. So that is a promo to Seth and Triple H.
Would that really count as a promo for Triple H if it's just him making a match?
That's true. Fair enough. I guess it depends on whether you count him riling Seth Rollins up as a storyline.
Well, it's a Seth Rollins storyline. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a Triple H storyline.
That's fair. So that happens.
So does he get 5 points or no?
Triple H does not get 5 points, but Seth Rollins does.
Yes.
Which I already awarded him. So once all that happens, and we see Hulk Hogan walking through the hallway on his way to the ring. And we see that he is wearing his Mean Gene Mania t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And we throw to a commercial break. And we come back from the commercial break with a video package looking at some photos from Mean Gene's career and some Twitter messages from legends giving their condolences. We get back to the ring where Mike Rome asks everyone to please stand and bow their heads for a 10-bell salute for the late Mean Gene Okerlund. The audience bows and the 10 dings occur.
And then the internet explodes with rage of people daring to have their cell phones out and recording the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know about explodes with rage, but there was people that were pissed off. They were like, "What the fuck? Have some respect for the dead." And other people were like, "Really? So, heaven forbid they want to actually record this historic moment for posterity? No, they can't do that." Yeah. So there's apparently a kind of semi-simmering internet nerd rage war between should the fans or shouldn't the fans have not had their cell phones out during the 10-bell salute.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, once the 10-bell salute is over, when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
He looks hella old now.
Yes, yes, he does. Hella old indeed.
Yep.
So Hulk Hogan in his feather boas and his Mean Gene Mania t-shirt come down to the ring.
And his shades.
And his shades, of course. And he gets in the ring and says, "Let me tell you something, brother." But then pauses and takes the sunglasses off and says that he came out in character because that's how Gene would have wanted it. But he's going to take a moment and he's going to, get serious. And well, he doesn't say this part. He basically infers, I'm Terry Bollea right now, so please give me a moment.
I actually kind of like this part of the promo. I kind of like the fact that he breaks character a little bit. Because when he actually cuts a legitimate promo like as himself, as opposed to Hulk Hogan, he's actually pretty good on the mic.
Yeah.
Also, I like when he takes his glasses off. They kind of zoomed in on his face a little bit, as you do when someone's cutting a promo, and you can see he had been crying.
Yeah.
You can see the red in his eyes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he says that, Mean Gene would have wanted that because Mean Gene loved entertaining everybody in the WWE universe. And Hulk Hogan queued up the traditional awesome video package for a recently deceased individual. And Mean Gene's was no slouch.
Mm-hmm.
Great video package showing all of his great interviews, all the great moments. Again, WWE video package guys need recognition because they're amazing.
Abs-friggin-lutely.
Or girls. It could be women. Let's not be sexist.
Probably both.
Yeah, probably. So, after the video, showing all the different things that were going on, and Hogan continued saying that Mean Gene was one of a kind, and that he could speak for all the WWE superstars and everybody that has ever watched WWE when he says that they loved him. And Hogan said that he loved Mean Gene and that he misses him. And the fans took a moment to chant, "Thank you, Mean Gene," as Hogan is trying to hold back some tears.
Mm-hmm.
And, Hogan asks the fans if they want to hear it one more time, and there is a general smattering of applause. And so Hulk Hogan puts the glasses back on. And he looks up at the still, in memoriam image on the monitor up on the big screen. It says, "Let me tell you something, Mean Gene." You know, I know you're up there, and the angels are all singing Tutti Frutti on those white clouds. And I know you're putting the greatest tag team match ever together there, brother. The tag team match between the Macho Man, oh yeah, Randy Savage, and the Ultimate Warrior versus Roddy Piper and Mr. Perfect. And I know Andre the Giant is a special referee, brother. And I know you're probably breaking up a fight between your good personal friends, Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. And I hear, Gene, I hear you up there clanging and banging those weights, but you don't have to get so swole, brother, because the only choices are Mae Young and Moolah. So, I have to finish with just one question. To everyone up there, what you gonna do when Mean Gina Mania runs wild on you, brother?
That's funny that Hogan thinks the fabulous Moolah's in heaven.
Oh.
Ooh-hoo-hoo.
I'm sorry. After everything that came out about her post-death and like when they were going to do the fabulous Moolah thing, do you really think she's in heaven? Let's be honest.
The majority of those claims are unsubstantiated.
Depends who you believe.
Mm-hmm. Precisely.
But yeah, I really like this promo.
Yeah.
Also, it makes you realize, as he's sitting there listening, everybody, you realize Hogan's the only one left alive of that era. Like, literally, like, aside from maybe some, like, second string wrestlers and stuff that are probably still around, and, like, I think Backlund might still be around, I'm not sure, but aside from
Yes,
that,
he
like,
is.
Hogan's literally the last one alive of that era. Like, everyone else is dead. That's kind of sad.
That's not true.
All right, who else is around?
Well, let's see, on the top of my head, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
Oh, my brain is farting. What's his name? Freaking Ricky Dragon Steamboat.
That is true.
Steamboat's still around.
Yep, Steamboat's still perfectly fine.
Steamboat's out there. Bret Hart's still here.
He wasn't technically that era, but Bret Hart is usually mostly attributed to the Attitude Era.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. Hello?
Yeah.
$1 Million Man.
Actually, the more I think about it, though, DiBiase and Steamboat, they might have been more the Bret Hart era, not the Hogan era.
No, I always think of them as being the Hogan era because they were always the group with Hogan that was in all those early games.
Fair.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure $1 Million Man is attributed the same as Bret Hart to the early Attitude Era because $1 Million Man is responsible for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That is true. But that was later.
He's kind of attributed to that. That's
That was later. That was later in his career, though.
It is, but let's be honest. That's kind of what he's known for.
No, the $1 Million Man is known for buying the title from Andre the Giant.
That too. Okay, that's fair. Fair enough.
Or attempting to, anyway, before Jack Tunney was like, no, you can't do that. Now it's vacant. Yeah, so. Yeah, but you're right. A lot of the guys from that era are gone. You're absolutely not wrong about that.
Yeah, poor Hogan.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Technically, you could consider Undertaker the very tail end of that era.
Yeah. Undertaker didn't really hit his stride until the Attitude Era, until he became...
No, he didn't, but it's still, a thing.
It is, yeah.
But you're right. There's a lot of those guys. There's a tremendous amount of those guys that aren't around anymore.
Yeah.
It's a shame how many of them are gone nowadays. Cowboy Bob Orton's still around.
Yeah, he's still there.
Remembering him? Yeah, say we said heck. So yeah, I mean there are some. Just Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, he still works for the company. That's true.
He's still in WWE. He's all around. Yep. But you're right. There's an unfortunate amount that are no longer with us, and it's always sad to really think about that. Iron Sheik isn't gone yet.
Yeah. Briscoe and Patterson are still kicking.
Yep.
This dude just still work for the company.
Yep.
And then, of course, Vince himself. Let's not forget that.
Well, yes, of course, Vince himself counts. That's definitely the case.
Bushwhackers.
I think. What's that?
Bushwhackers.
Bushwhackers.
Yeah, Bushwhackers. I think King Kong Bundy's still alive.
But if I'm not mistaken, what about the Road Warriors?
One of them is still alive. Yeah,
One of the
so
Road Warriors, yes. One of them.
I think, isn't Animal the one that's still alive?
I believe that's correct, yes. Yeah, one of them is still around.
Rush.
Yeah, one of Rush.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else.
I guess there's still quite a bit around, but
There's some, just not.
Most of them are gone.
Yeah, a lot of the
Snake?
big. Yeah. Well, Flair, obviously.
Yeah, Jake is still alive. Yeah, he's still doing his thing. Sure.
Yeah, Flair.
Yeah.
That's kind of goes without saying.
Was it Ray Ramon? No, that's not it. He's
I think
not.
the
Ramon.
Razor Ramon, if you count. He's a little bit later. He's more Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's most well known for the NWO.
That's the same thing with like the Honky Tonk Man, who's still alive, but was more that later era.
Tatanka's still around, I think.
Tatanka's still around. Yeah, well, fat old Tatanka's still around.
Hey, he's still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, so we said Steamboat. I'm trying to think of who else.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that are gone, absolutely. There's no denying that simple fact that a lot of the biggest names are no longer with us, unfortunately.
Yep.
Quite a shame.
If they were going to bring Hogan back, this is the one reason to bring him back is for this.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
They're probably not going to use him aside from like maybe for like live event type things, just turn his face out. But so, good man, Hogan. Good man. Rest in peace, Mean Gene.
Yeah, so we don't have him on the roster, so no promo points to Hogan, but it's just nice to talk about.
Well, because he's not going to do anything. He just came out strictly for that.
Yeah. So we then got ourselves some graphics talking about all the people in the Royal Rumble, women's one specifically.
Also, it's very telling that Hogan, coming out for the first time in how many fucking years, can still cut a better promo than like half the goddamn roster.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, son.
Fair enough. Anywho.
Because it must have been what, at least like 5-10 years since he's cut a promo.
Yeah. It's been quite some time, I would think.
He hasn't missed a beat at all.
No, not at all.
And he could do one thing that a majority of the superstars these days can't do properly.
What's that?
Shift between Terry Bollea and Hulk Hogan without missing a beat.
That is true.
Because like it was smooth the way he did that.
Yeah.
But that's because he's been doing this for how long? It's kind of muscle memory. He knows how to do it.
Yeah. So anyway, after this happened, and we cut to a tag team match.
Playa.
After seeing clips of how there was a bit of a controversy last week, 2 weeks ago, when Chad Gable pinned Scott Dawson when Scott Dawson was not the legal man.
As we called it.
So we're going to make sure there's no tomfoolery this time, because Bobby Roode and Chad Gable are going to defend the Raw Tag Team titles here against the Revival again, this time in a lumberjack match.
Okay.
The lumberjacks include the B Team, the Ascension, the Lucha House Party, and and Beauty and the Man Beast.
Yes, and you know that the Revival is going to come back with another. They want another rematch. You know that right after this match.
Well, yeah, of course. The match ended after basically Rude knocked Dash Wilder off the apron, and Dawson covered Chad Gable, and Bobby Roode put Chad Gable on top of him. Even though Dawson's foot was clearly on the bottom rope, the referee did not see it. So, more controversy.
Well, apparently the Revival have not played 2K19, where at most there's only a 50% chance of the ref actually seeing that if you try to do that.
Yep. Well, what can you expect? Xavier's not on that show.
No, but
speaking of which, they weren't on SmackDown either, now that I think about it.
And I was going to say, no, but the reigning Madden World Champion is on that show.
That is true.
And he won that.
Although speaking of the New Day, I will give full credit. I did love this. I work at a at a number. I'm a librarian by trade, and I was working at one of the libraries, and I had a young man came in. He had to do a book report for school, and it took a minute to get what he was saying until his mother clarified and said the word wrestler, and then I realized what the kid was saying.
Oh.
But the kid came in and said he needed a book on Kofi Kingston. And we couldn't quite get it. Then she said wrestler. I went, oh, Kofi Kingston. Okay, now I know what you're saying. Unfortunately, we did not have a book on Kofi Kingston, so he had to pick somebody else. But
yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the lumberjack match. Show. Let me just double check the general version of these events and see if I missed anything.
Kofi's been around long enough. You'd think there'd be a book on him somewhere, but
there are. We just didn't have any.
Ah.
I could have gotten one from another library for them, but they didn't really have time. So, because the book report was going to be due soon. So there you go.
Left till the last minute.
Yep, that happens quite a bit with school projects, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
Score the match.
So lumberjacks.
Specialty.
Yes. Well, lumberjacks don't get specialty points. They weren't actual match participants.
No. They get points for being the lumberjacks.
They do. What points do they get for being a lumberjack?
That was 3.
Let me see if we noted that up here somewhere. I feel like this came out before and we noted it.
Probably did. Let me take a look. Let's see.
Cheers out of match assaults, participant, pipe bombs, ejected, interferences.
Specialty. Oh wait, that's win.
Yeah, I think it was 3, but I think it's 3.
It did come up. I don't see it actually written down. We should probably put it in. So 3.
Yeah, I think it's 3. We'll go with 3.
I'm gonna throw it under fighting, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll throw it at the end under major botch.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Lumberjack participation.
Lumberjack / Jill participation.
Fair.
Lumberjack / Jill.
Yeah, because it could be a lumberjill match.
Yep.
They've done those. So anyways, all the lumberjacks in this match are going to get 3 points. So, in no particular order, the Lucha House Party. Now, 3 for Kalisto, puts him at 84. 3 for Lindsay Dorado, puts him at 44. And 3 for Grand Metalik, puts him at 40 even.
Just give me 1 second.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
All right, then. Beauty and the Man Beast.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to put it under promo because we have special guest ref down there, and that's where it should be.
Okay. So it puts Heath Slater at 34. And Big Rhino is going to be at 25. Got that, Tiff?
Yep.
All right. Then we're going to have the Ascension, which means Victor is going to get 3 points and be at 20. And then Connor is going to get 3 points and be at 13. Okay?
Yep.
Lastly but not leastly, the B team.
Lashley wasn't in this match.
Ah, funny. Curtis Axel will get 3 points, and he will be at 28. And Bo Dallas will get 3 points, and he will also be at 28.
All right.
Now on to the actual match participants. Dash and Dawson works out pretty well because they each had 1 move. So therefore, they're each going to get 5 points for competing in a match. And 1 move is 6 points to each member of the Revival.
Specialty match.
You're right. Specialty match. Let's add 3 to that. So 9 points to each member of the Revival.
There you go.
All right. So what do we got here? We've got where's Dash Wilder? Here we go. So 9 points gonna put him at 58. And 9 points to Scott Dawson. Put him at 43. Got that, Tiff?
Yep.
Oh,
Excuse me.
that was okay. All right, going on to our winners. Bobby Roode did no moves.
Of course not. He's only there to make Chad Gable look good.
Pretty much. So Bobby Roode is going to get 15 points for being on the winning team. He's going to get 15 points for a retention of the tag titles. It's going to be 30. And 5 points for being in a match is 35. And 3 for being in a specialty match is 38 points to Bobby Roode. I'm 85. What did I say? 38?
Yes, I believe so.
So that's 85 and 8 is 93 points for Bobby Roode, if I've done the math correctly.
So 15 is 30 plus 5 for the match. It's 35 plus 3 for 38. Yep.
Cool. Chad Gable, who did all the work, is going to get himself 20 points for winning this match. He's going to get 10 points for winning a specialty match. It's 30. He's going to get 15 for a retention of the tag titles. Is 45.
He's going to get 9 points for being in the match.
Yep, he's going to get. We're going to get. He's going to get 5 points for being.
Why
in the,
9?
He added in the. It's not 9. It's 8, dude. 3 for specialty. It's not a main event.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyways, before I was interrupted, I said that Chad Gable will get 20 points for winning the match. He'll get 10 for winning a specialty match is 30. 15 for the tag title retention is 45. 5 for being in the match is 50. 3 for being in a specialty match is 53. And 4 moves is 57 points to Chad Gable. Which added to his 62 is going to be... that will be...
119.
Thank you. All right. And a top 10 spot for Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now, someone explain to me again how Bobby Roode and Chad Gable are the faces in this feud.
I don't know. I guess in the same way Eddie Guerrero was a face for getting dudes fake disqualified.
Yeah, but Eddie Guerrero was doing it on purpose and to be funny, not just, I don't know, this.
Yeah. That's fair.
Because the whole lying genie ceiling was his gimmick. This isn't their gimmick. At least I don't think it is.
Not that I would say no. Anyway, moving along.
Yeah.
From that craziness. After we clear that whole thing out,
Mm-hmm.
as you do,
As you do.
we go to a commercial. And when we come back from the commercial,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see, what else am I missing? We got a promo for those NXT people that are coming up, that existing video. And then we go to the ring for Elias.
Okay.
He has his guitar, and Elias proceeds to tell everybody about how great his 2018 was. And they said the best part was Baron Corbin not becoming the permanent general manager of Monday Night Raw.
Cue the cheers.
He begins to sing a song about Baron Corbin, but is interrupted by Baron Corbin, who talks trash to Elias from the ramp until Elias tells Corbin to shut up and get in the ring. Baron Corbin does so, and we have a match.
Baron Corbin wins.
Baron Corbin does win this match. Elias starts off strong with some chops, but he gets backed into a corner and starts getting worked over. Elias catches him with the knee to the face when Corbin tries to come off the middle rope. And he continues on offense, but misses a shot in the corner, which lets Corbin drive him shoulder first into a ring post and finish him with an end of days. So let's see. That's Elias is going to get a promo. And then 5 points for being in a match is 10 points to Elias. Let's him at 90.
No, any move points?
He did not hit any moves. Baron Corbin will get 5 points for the promo. He'll get 20 points for winning a match is 25. 5 points for being in the match is 30. And 1 move for the end of days is 31 points to Baron Corbin.
Okay, something's wrong here.
With Baron Corbin at 95.
There we go.
All right, then.
Quite.
Moving on.
Yes. So we cut to somewhere backstage. Where I do like, this is on the John Report with the other recap. Dean Ambrose cuts a promo from somewhere in the bowels of the arena.
As per the usual.
And talks about Seth Rollins and the Intercontinental title match against Seth Rollins that will be happening later tonight. He claims that he lost everything to bring balance back to the WWE. And that he's going to end this thing with Seth Rollins tonight. And he's going to burn Seth Rollins down. Promo to Dean Ambrose. As you do. Boop. All right. That's not what I wanted. This one. So, next up, we see a shot of Brock Lesnar's locker room. Paul Heyman exits said locker room and informs Lesnar through the door that they're up next before we throw to a commercial. We come back from said commercial. And we are joined in the ring by Braun! Who is no longer in an arm sling.
He's just in kinesio tape.
Yeah, he's just has a taped up arm. Actually, according to the recap, he didn't have an elbow pad or anything. So maybe there was not tape.
Oh, okay.
On that surgically repaired elbow.
Fair.
And Heyman and Lesnar appear on the screen. And Heyman says that he knows that he sees Strowman looking for a face-to-face confrontation with Lesnar, and he knows Strowman thinks he's a monster, but Strowman needs to learn a lesson. Strowman thinks he's facing Lesnar at Royal Rumble, but the card is subject to change. And if Lesnar came down to the ring right now, Strowman wouldn't be able to compete at the Royal Rumble. Back in the ring, Strowman grabs the mic and calls Lesnar Beastie Boy. And tells him he's waiting in the ring for him. Lesnar and Heyman ask if that's all Strowman has to say, and Strowman tells Brock to stop hiding behind his advocate, and dares Brock to come get him to his face. But Heyman chimes in and says no. And, no.
Did anybody get that reference of Beastie Boy?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
There's a group called the Beastie Boys.
I am aware of that. I didn't know if he was actually referencing that or just making a joke about the fact that he is the Beast incarnate.
Well, I think that was the reference, but I got the other references.
Probably both.
Yeah. Would have made more sense if he had said something about calling him the Beastie Boy and then made a song lyric reference. That would have made more sense.
Maybe. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, Braun Strowman remarks that Paul Heyman's ass must be real jealous about all the shit that comes out of his mouth. He does not actually say shit. He says crap, but it's funnier when I say shit.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
And he says that Lesnar must be afraid to come out and fight to face with him. And he continues to threaten Lesnar, saying that everyone knows what's going to happen when he gets these hands. Lesnar tells Heyman that he wants to see what Strowman's got, but Heyman advises Lesnar not to go to the ring. But Lesnar starts heading to the gorilla position anyway. He comes out to the ramp with Heyman trailing him.
Do we have bearded Lesnar or clean-shaven Lesnar?
I do not actually recall. I missed this portion of the show.
I think it's clean-shaven Lesnar.
Fair enough.
Does it matter?
No, I was just curious because the last few times he's shown up, it was bearded Lesnar.
Yeah.
I kind of like that look for him, especially if they're going for the big, the beast incarnate, kind of the champion in hiding kind of thing, right? He emerges from his cave, hasn't shaven at all.
I don't recall him having a beard, though, having any kind of stubble.
Fair enough.
That's fair. Anyway, Lesnar walked slowly down the ramp to the ringside area and walked around the ring while Strowman stood in the ring doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But after he circles the ring, Lesnar starts walking back up the ramp, and Strowman yells at him to turn around and remarks that he will be crowned the new Universal Champion at the Royal Rumble. Strowman continues staring them down as Lesnar and Heyman leave.
So Lesnar came down just to walk around the ring and leave?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Apparently that was his obligation for that night.
That was all they could afford to pay him to do. So. Promo to Strowman, Heyman, and Lesnar.
Indeed.
So, Brock Lesnar.
Hey, Bork got you points.
Yes, 5 points to Brock Lesnar. And 5 points to Braun Strowman while we're up there. Yeah, that puts him at 10. And 5 points.
Paulus.
Yeah, Paulus. All right. Next up, we have a graphic with all the men that have declared they're in the Royal Rumble match.
Mm-hmm.
After following a commercial, and we then go to the ring, where Jinder Mahal, the Singh brothers, and Alicia Fox are doing some meditation, and Alicia does the Shanti thing.
What?
It's their chant. It's Shanti.
Oh.
Shanti.
One of the Singh brothers was trying to get her to say it, and she did her little strict thing, and she's like, "Yeah, I know," kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
She was aggressively doing it anyway towards him.
That's fair.
Because she didn't like. I guess she didn't like how he was trying to tell her how to do it.
Fair enough. Well, anyway, Jinder Mahal has a microphone and he begins talking trash about the Orlando fans. And they are then interrupted by Ember Moon's music. And they are shortly after joined by Apollo, and we have ourselves a tag team match with Apollo and Ember taking on Jinder and Alicia. So a promo to Jinder and Alicia and a mini to the Singh brothers to start off with.
Battle of the mid-card.
Should Alicia Fox really be getting like a promo considering she didn't say anything?
Well, she yelled it in the Shanti.
Really? I don't recall that, but okay.
You're the one that just told me that's what happened.
Yeah, but she was doing the motions to one of the Singh brothers. She didn't say anything on the mic.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Then a mini to Alicia and the Singh brothers. So that puts Alicia at 20. And the Singh brothers. Neil, 37. Okay.
Now battle for the mid-card.
Yep, so we have ourselves the aforementioned tag team match. It's a fairly short match.
It's a
Cruz
filler match.
Yeah, Cruz drop kicks Mahal early on, then nails a flying elbow. Alicia tags herself in, so Cruz hit a slingshot, a suicide dive to take the guys out on the floor, while Ember Moon hit a crossbody block off the middle ropes, a clothesline off the turnbuckle, and an Eclipse for the win.
Okay, then.
Yeah, it was a short match.
Apparently.
So the heels did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So Alicia Fox, we'll start off with, is going to get 5 points for showing up. Start 25. Jinder Mahal gets 5 points for showing up.
The Singh brothers get 5 points for showing up.
Yeah, they got accompaniment points. What's that? 42 a pop.
Apollo.
Yeah, and then we got Apollo Cruz
42
gets
or is it 44?
42.
Because I had 39.
I had 37.
Okay, Samir had 39. 42. I'm
Anyway.
marking somebody wrong here.
That's okay. We'll figure it out later. Excuse me. All right. So anyway, then we go to the face team. Apollo Cruz gets 15 points for being on the winning team. 5 for being in the match. Is 20. And 3 moves for the drop kick, the suicide dive, and I thought he hit something else, but maybe I was supposed to only have 2 moves for him. Let me double check by the other recap. Let's see. That was a leaping crossbody, a drop kick, and a suicide dive.
Fair.
So it's 23 points to Apollo. Yeah, 120.
And a top 10.
And a top 10 spot.
And to Ember Moon.
Ember Moon gets 20 for winning the match. 5 for being in. It's 25. And also 3 moves.
28.
28 points to Ember Moon.
28 for her. Yeah, that's for the splash, a headstand elbow, and an eclipse. So 28 to Ember Moon. He is 82, 92, and 8 puts her at 100 even.
Fair.
How about that? All right, rolling along. After the break, we go out to the ring for the first ever woman-hosted talk show in WWE history, A Moment of Bliss. There are 2 chairs set up on the stage, and Alexa makes her entrance. And she says that she knows they don't have much going for them as a city, but it's okay, because tonight they'll be known for the history-making premiere episode of A Moment of Bliss. She yelled about coffee, so a guy brought her a cup of coffee, and then she told him to leave. And a video package aired about the year that Ronda Rousey has had, starting with her debut at the Rumble and kind of going from there. And they also showed clips of her appearing on talk shows because WWE loves media attention.
Mm-hmm. Let's be honest, that's the only reason they hired Ronda was for that.
Yeah. So Ronda comes out, makes her entrance to a loud ovation. She refuses to shake Alexa's hand and then sits down in the chair. She asked Rousey to tell us about her exceptional year and what's next for her. And Rousey said that it's been a tremendous year, but she wants to look forward and not back. And she talked about wanting to be a champion we can all be proud of. And in order to do that, she needs to chase after her limits with a vengeance. She spoke about somebody in the locker room with more athleticism in her little finger than Charlotte Flair has in her whole body. A woman with a more harrowing story than Becky Lynch. And who puts Ronda's love for the business to shame because she is the business. You know, Ronda said earlier she was talking about the unsung Ronda said she was talking about the unsung hero of Monday Night Raw, Sasha Banks. Alexa thought that she was talking about her.
Yeah, no. Wow.
Yeah, no.
Using Ronda to put Sasha over, that's wow. I mean,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
No, Sasha's not that good. I'm sorry.
Well, she gets promptly interrupted by Nia Jax, who comes out saying that Ronda must have a girl crush on Sasha, and then demands a rematch from Ronda. Sasha then goes out to the stage telling Ronda that she's honored by her kind words, and it would be a pleasure for her to teach Ronda how to lose with class. Nia gets in Sasha's face and says there's a 300-pound Samoan in front of her, and Sasha needs to get in line. And Sasha replies, "Bitch, what line?" and tells Nia to get in the ring with her right now. And they do so, and they go to a match, but we'll score the promo segment first.
Mm-hmm.
So that's promos for Alexa, Ronda, Nia, and Sasha. Alexa, Nia, Ronda. Oh, too far. Ronda. And Sasha. 73 for that. Okay. Coolio.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to the match.
Sasha with Ronda versus Nia with Alexa.
No, Alexa's
Nia with Tamina and Bailey with Sasha.
Oh,
yeah, Tamina and Bailey came out. It was just a Sasha and Nia one-on-one match with their respective tag team partners in their corner.
I just assumed Ronda and Alexa stayed out there.
No.
Okay then.
No, the announcement team mentioned that since Tamina came down and went into Nia's corner, that Bailey decided to come out and be in Sasha's corner.
Yeah.
Okay then.
But the other two ladies, yeah, unfortunately, Alexa's still not cleared to wrestle. That's why she has a talk show now.
Yeah, but she could still sit there and watch.
She could. She could have done commentary, but she didn't. So anyway, yeah, Tamina and Bailey come out. And then we have a match. Banks opens up with a slap to the face.
Probably not a good thing to do to Nia.
Yeah, probably not, which is why she immediately left the ring after that. They go out to the floor and Banks with a kick to the face, and then a baseball slide drop kick, followed by another drop kick to bring Jax back into the ring. Applies a guillotine headlock submission. Jax gets out of that with a slam. Yep. Yeah, we follow this up with Nia coming back with a suplex and then keeping Sasha grounded for a while. Sasha fights back with a kick, and they spill out to ringside again, where Tamina and Bailey get into a fight now. The distraction allows Nia to gorilla press slam Sasha onto some production equipment at ringside.
Okay.
They're all slow to get back in the ring, where Nia connects with a sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count, and continues on the offense until Sasha manages to counter with a neck breaker, and then goes up top for a flying knee that gets her a 2 count. She goes for a bank statement, but Nia escapes that, misses a punch, but connects with a Samoan drop. They fight into the corner, and Nia hits a facebuster on the turnbuckle, follows up with a punch, but when she goes for the leg drop, Sasha rolls out of the way. Tamina tries to get involved, but Bailey takes her out before she can. Sasha and Nia then fight out to the apron, where Nia runs into the ring post by mistake. Sasha then looks for a Hurricanrana, but Nia throws her on the floor instead. And Sasha hits the floor pretty hard at that. Despite that, Sasha's the first one back to her feet and back in the ring. And as Nia gets back in, she manages to lock her in the bank statement and tap her out.
Ooh, I get a win.
Yes.
Yay.
So there we go.
So 5 points to Bailey and, well, actually 11 points to Bailey and Tamina for accompaniment and interference.
Yeah,
They didn't accompany.
Well, they came out as.
came
I'm
afterwards.
counting it as accompaniment. It's close enough.
It's basically they was them being the manager, which is the same thing.
Yeah, it's close enough. Even if it wasn't immediate accompaniment, they still came out. So it's fine.
Yeah, I would probably
So-
amend the 5 for accompaniment to 5 for accompaniment / manager.
Yeah, that would probably work. So that's going to be 11 points to Bailey. That's right, 95. And 11 points to Tamina.
Yep.
Puts her at 26. All right. Then we have the match itself. So we've got Nia Jax,
Mhm.
who lost this match.
Because it'd be different if they came down during the match, but
Yeah.
Jim, did you not say they came out before the match and then the match started?
Well,
That-
no, the match started and then they walked out.
Oh.
But I still count it.
Okay, that's fair. I'll leave it to you.
All right, so Nia Jax gets 5 points for being in a match. 6 moves. Well, 3 moves and an evasion, but either way, it's 11 points to Nia. Which puts her at 38.
It's not the main event.
Is it the main event?
No, the main event is the
And again, the Intercontinental title match is the main
right,
event.
right.
We're not
Yeah.
there yet. Meanwhile, Sasha Banks gets 20 points for winning this match. She gets 5 for being in it, is 25. And 2 moves and a reversal is another 5, is 30 points to Sasha Banks.
Woohoo!
30 points to me. Woohoo.
What's her at
Well,
103?
I have Sasha.
No, you do not. I do.
No, I
he
have
has,
Sasha.
he has
Oh.
Sasha.
What happened there? I thought I had Sasha.
We did some trading when they officially made Sasha and Bailey a tag team because I had Bailey.
I don't remember that part.
I don't remember who I gave you.
I don't remember who you gave her either. Let's see. Give her somebody.
Did I give her Mickey James to go with Alexa Bliss?
I had
did give her-
Alexa Bliss and Mickey James way before that.
Yeah, she had them already. But no, because it's Tiff, you got 2 of the NXT people that are coming up. You got Lacey Evans and Lars Sullivan.
That's right.
And EC3.
Okay.
Fair. Anyway, continuing on.
Yeah. So you got most of the new people that are coming up. So that was the trade-off there, I think. So anyway, following that.
Oh yeah, Jim. Speaking of which, at some point we're gonna have to potentially talk trade here
Okay.
because I have Hideo Itami, you have Arya Davari.
No, that's true. Fair enough. We'll deal with that.
All right.
It's worth noting that because Sasha won this match, that means she gets to challenge Ronda for the Raw Women's title at the Royal Rumble match. Well, at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, I should say. So, boom.
Yeah, we know where this is going. This is going to be the setup to WrestleMania: 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen.
I can see it.
If they're doing that, that means Becky probably not going to beat Asuka. Which I would have put money on that not happening anyway, because it'd be kind of dumb to just take the title immediately off Asuka like that.
Yeah, yeah. Who are,
Because I could see the Women's Royal Rumble being the official call-up for Baszler and the other 2.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Baszler shows up and costs Becky the title.
Or shows up and costs Sasha the title.
Or that. But somebody needs to cost Becky the title. I mean, Asuka could beat her outright. It's believable, but at the same time,
Yeah,
if you want Becky and Charlotte to have a reason to give a shit about the feud,
that's true. Well, call up the other 2. You put Baszler on Raw with Ronda, and you take Jessamine Duke and the other one, put them on SmackDown.
yeah, that's fair.
Especially with the tag team titles coming up, that makes the most sense, in my opinion.
I feel bad for the other one. She doesn't have a name.
I keep forgetting her name.
Anyway,
sorry. Jess Manduka is lucky I even remember her name.
fair.
Because no one ever talks about them, to be honest.
So we go to our main event match, which is an Intercontinental title Falls Count Anywhere match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
So it's a main event specialty match.
It is. And Dean Ambrose makes his entrance first because, of course, the champion comes out first. But in this case, the champion gets about, a quarter of the way down the ramp before Rollins just jumps him.
Woo!
And so the bell rings because it's Falls Count Anywhere, so they don't need to be in the ring for it to start, so the bell just rings.
Mm-hmm. Rollins hits him in the face with the belt. 1, 2, 3. End of match.
No. So after he attacks him, actually, after he attacked him, he attacked him up the aisle, threw him in the ring, and then they rang the bell. They did bring the bell in the ring.
Fair.
So after the ring, he clotheslines Ambrose back out of the ring, suicide dives him, has a 2 count on the floor. Then they brawl into the crowd by the equipment area. Ambrose runs backstage and Rollins pursues. Rollins whips Ambrose into a nearby ladder. He attempts to use a shovel as a weapon, but Ambrose moves out of the way. So Rollins grabs Ambrose and whips him into a steel structure. They battle on top of some equipment cases. Ambrose whips Rollins down by the back of the head onto the containers, then throws a ladder at him for a 2 count on the floor. We go to a commercial mid-match.
Of course.
Match continues with Ambrose in control as they battle on the stairway in the crowd. There's a replay from during the break when Rollins gave Ambrose a body slam through the announce table. Rollins jumps off a barricade at the 100 level of the crowd onto the floor and hits a crossbody block for a 2 count. They went back to the ringside area with Rollins in control. He whips Ambrose into the ringside barricade. Ambrose manages to grab a steel chair and hits Rollins in the ribs with it, and then it hits in the back with it and scores a 2 count. Ambrose pulls up the ring mat on the ringside area and tries to dirty deeds Rollins onto the concrete floor, but Rollins manages to get out of that. And instead he back body drops Ambrose onto the concrete floor. He ends up bringing Ambrose back in the ring, and Ambrose nails a finger to the eye. Ambrose goes up top, but Rollins meets him up there, nails the superplex, then follows that up with a buckle bomb, then follows that up with a super kick, but then hits the stomp. So big combination for Seth Rollins there. But before he can do anything about this, Bobby Lashley shows up. And Bobby Lashley pulls Seth Rollins out of the ring. Lio Rush is with him. He throws Seth Rollins into the barricade, and then belly-to-belly suplexes Rollins onto the floor. Lashley then puts Rollins on his shoulders, carries him into the ring, and then slams him down with the modified Dominator. He then sets him up in a corner and hits a big spear to take him out. The fans boo and chant Lashley sucks. Ambrose then managed to crawl all the way over to Rollins and drop his arm on top of him to retain the title.
Wow. They just buried Dean Ambrose. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, hardcore buried him. Because not only did Rollins just beat his ass to the point of no return, but he had to have Lashley's help to beat Rollins. Like, they totally just straight up buried Dean Ambrose.
Kinda, yeah. Once the match was over, Ambrose took his belt and went home. But Lio Rush grabbed a table out from under the ring and gave it to Bobby Lashley, who set the table up, picked up Seth Rollins, and spinebustered him through the table.
Okay, then.
Lashley then and Lio Rush then posed over the fallen Seth Rollins.
Wow.
Yeah, so that happened. So, by my calculations, in terms of straight up moves, Dean Ambrose hit no moves this match.
But he doesn't need it. He's getting a crap ton of points from everything else.
I know. So Dean Ambrose is going to get himself 5 points.
You want to do Leo Rush and Lashley first, since they'll have the least amount of points.
Sure. Leo Rush gets 6 for an interference.
And that's it.
Yep.
How
does Leo Rush get points for interference? He just accompanied Bobby Lashley down.
Yeah, but he also interfered in the match, so.
Okay.
You don't get a company points for interfering with somebody.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. How does he get? How does he interfere if he didn't do anything?
He did. He helped. He got the table out and helped Lashley set the table up so that Lashley.
That was after, but interference could be just showing your face. So
yeah, his being involved in the match was just interference because he's involved in the match. He got in the ring and he was directing Lashley. He got involved in the match, so it counts.
It's like if Bork Lesnar interferes, Paul Heyman would get interference points too because he'd be there screaming the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 6 points to him, and then Lashley.
Lashley gets 6 points for interference. Lashley gets
5 for an OMG.
5 for a table spot. Yep. So that's 11. He gets a a spear, spinebuster through the table, and a modified dominator.
Okay.
Is 3 moves, so that's going to be 6, and the table's 11. Well, that's 14 points to Lashley.
All right. And let's go through the loser, Seth freaking Rollins.
That's 46 for Lashley. Yep, Seth freaking Rollins.
It's 4 for a pre-match assault.
Yep, 4 for the assault. He gets 5 for being in the match. Is 9. He gets 4 for being in the main event. Is 13.
He gets 3 for being in a specialty match.
Yeah, he gets 3 for being in a specialty match. Is 16. He has 7 move points, which is going to put him at 24.
23.
24.
23.
24.
Yeah, it was a 24. 16 plus 7 is 23.
He was at 17.
Oh.
I think. That's all right, we'll start it again. Okay, 5 points for being in a match. 4 for the main event is 9. 3 for a specialty is 12.
Mm-hmm.
4 for an assault.
Right, 4 for an assault is 16.
Mm-hmm.
And 7 was, okay, you're right, 23. My bad. I will admit that I was wrong there. 23 points, and then let me check the weapon usage.
No, what to say, any weapons? I know he missed 1, but
let me see. And a chair, mat, stomp. Go to the other recap here.
Don't you have this stuff written down?
He never writes any of it down. Are you kidding? He does this all on air.
So why are we writing it down then?
Well, I write down the moves. It's just anything besides moves I don't write down in advance.
I write everything down so we don't have to waste time doing this on the air.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You write it down because you were just going based off of the template I gave you. Which, in my opinion, is the better way to do it because it saves time once you're on the air.
I'm just trying to see because there was a note about a ladder being thrown, and I'm just trying to verify who threw a ladder.
That's fair.
That's the only time there was a possibility. We got to scroll to the first half of the match. All right, let's see. Backstage.
Seth tried to use a shovel, but he never connected with it.
Yeah, that didn't connect. He whipped out. He used Ambrose on a ladder, not the other way around.
Okay.
No, then Ambrose threw the ladder at Rollins. Okay, so no, Rollins did not actually use any weapons.
Fair.
He used Ambrose on weapons. He did not use weapons on Ambrose. So.
Fair enough.
So that's 23 points to Rollins then.
That's kind of pathetic for a main event match, but okay.
Yeah, well, shit happens. Happens when you don't win.
Lashley. Yeah, fucking Lashley.
So let's see. 49.50 puts it at 151.
Fair.
Dean Ambrose is going to get some points here. Dean Ambrose had no moves, but Dean Ambrose is going to get 20 points for winning this match on Raw. He's going to get 10 points for winning a specialty match is 30. He is going to get 9 for being in and winning the main event is 39. 5 for actually being in the match is 44.
3 for being in a specialty match.
Counted already.
Okay, 4.
Nope.
Okay.
Why you got to confuse me like that?
Trying to be accurate here.
Which I would be if you let me keep going. Throwing me off. Let me do it again. 20 for winning a match. 10 for winning a specialty is 30. 9 for being in and winning the main event is 39. 5 for being in a match is 44. Yeah, okay. 3 for specialty is 47.
4 for the assault.
Well, Rollins assaulted him. He didn't assault Rollins.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he fought back. Fair enough.
Not really. He got beat up and thrown in the ring.
Fair.
So, 44.
You were at 47.
Yeah, so 47. And then let's see, Ambrose used a chair, a ladder. What else? He tried to use the concrete floor, but that doesn't count. So I think it was just a chair and the ladder, right? Let me double check. Yeah. They brawled on the production equipment.
This is why it takes so long.
Yeah, because Jim's the only one that doesn't write everything down.
It's the weapons thing, yeah. So there's only 2 weapons. So therefore, it's 47 plus 2 weapon uses is another 6. It's 53 points to Dean Ambrose. Oh, 53 points. Sorry, 53 points. And another 20 for retaining his title is 73 points to Dean Ambrose.
Oh, wow, he got 73 points for literally doing nothing. What the fuck?
What's him at? 193 and
That's
5. Puts Dean Ambrose at 197. And I'm relatively sure that's the lead.
198.
198, sorry. I'm relatively sure that's the lead.
That's probably the lead, yeah.
All right. So that happened. Also, I will give you one thing, Geoff, though. I do have to amend here. Let me scroll down. If you go down to Seth freaking Rollins, Seth will go from 151 to 156 because it was mentioned that he scoop slammed Ambrose through an announce table during the commercial break.
156.
Fair enough.
So there is a table spot. All right. Let's go to the leaderboards. Well, not the leaderboards, the scores, rather.
Refresh all.
All right. Still in the lead at 2,079. Extremely legit yes movement.
She's catching up, though.
Still in second place at 1,585. Rowdy Last Kicker. So I'm still down in third at 1,226.
Yeah. She's making headway.
And it's at this point where it's 12:30 in the morning my time. I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah,
That's
go to
fair.
bed, Tiff. You have a wonderful night and a great day at work tomorrow.
Good night, Tiff Tiff.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. And this is the part of the show where I bring up my document and take over.
Be my guest.
Okay. So then we go to what happens every Wednesday night, the 205 Lives, which is no longer live because it's Wednesday nights. So, yeah, the show is outright lying to you now.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
Yeah.
So we kick things off with what pretty much amounts to a grudge match. It's Noam Dar versus Tony Nese.
Dude, you're in the freaking north and it's cold out. Put some pants on.
Who are you talking to?
You.
I'm wearing pants.
You're wearing shorts. You're not wearing pants.
Well, I'm wearing shorts because I'm in the house.
Ugh. I'm in the house. I'm wearing furry pants because it's fucking cold because I live in the north like you.
You live in the northeast. I live in the northwest. It's not as cold here.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yes, for those who aren't aware, Noam Dar and Tony Nese were partners once upon a time. So this could qualify as a grudge match, despite the fact they really haven't met in the ring because former friends. And basically, as Tony Nese comes out, they cut to a pre-recorded promo from Tony Nese basically saying, yeah, we were tag partners once, and Noam Dar can go fuck himself. I'm going to beat his ass. That's pretty much what it amounts to.
That's fair.
to basically hype up this match that came the blue fuck out of nowhere.
Okay, then.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was a decent match. The powerhouse, premier athlete of Tony Nese versus the high-flying, unique style of the Scottish Supernova, Noam Dar.
Yep.
Noam Dar would win this match after Tony Nese decides, you know what? A pump handle slam isn't enough. I'm going to set him up for the running knees. And he probably gets possum pinned.
Oh.
Yeah, he tries to set him up. Noam Dar opens his eyes, grabs him by the legs, rolls him up 1, 2, 3.
Ah. Oops.
Yeah, oops is right.
So
Needless to say, Tony was pissed.
You gotta watch when your opponent has that charged payback.
Right? That's basically what Noam did. And he just rolled out the ring and ran for the hill. He's like, nope, not staying. But it was a pretty good match. They each had a counter. They had each other scouted and stuff, which was pretty nice. And this is one of those matches where the opposing styles kind of work. Like I said, you have the powerhouse style of Tony Nese versus the high flying of Noam Dar. But Tony Nese in his own right did some high flying stuff too, like his signature springboard moonsault and stuff. Like, this dude can move.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So we'll go to Tony Nese first since he lost the match.
Okay. Let me scroll down. Ow. Over there. There we go. Scrolling down to T. Tony Nese.
Yes. So he gets 5 points for the promo, 5 for the match, 3 for avoiding the sweep kick, and 5 for moves for a total of 18 points to Tony Nese, the premier athlete.
And he had 3, which puts him at 21.
All right. And then Noam Dar, the winner.
Yes.
So he gets 5 for being in the match, 20 for winning the match, 3 for countering the German suplex, 4 for moves for a total of 32 points to Noam Dar.
Becomes Scottish. 42 and 6 is 48 points for him total.
Right. Then we cut backstage to Spanky.
Okay.
He is still Spanky.
Okay.
Nice silver, no facial hair.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about Tozawa winning his match last week and about the fact that he still owes Tozawa for something. I still owe the guy. So I don't know for what. But apparently he owes Tozawa or something, which is why he's partnered with him. And he vows to help Tozawa become the next Cruiserweight champion at the Royal Rumble.
Cool. So
5 points to Spanky. And I don't know if he really is a face or a heel because that sounded kind of ominous. I'm like, are you being legit here, or are you setting up for like a really quick re-heel turn, even though you've shaved off your beard? Because that would be weird to have a clean-shaven heel Brian Kendrick.
He's off TV the next week or two, shows up the pay-per-view with the beard.
So then we cut to DM the GM's office.
Okay.
Andrew Gulak and Jack Gallagher walk in suits.
Okay.
And
is Jack Gallagher in a regular suit or his usual suit?
His usual suit.
Okay.
It's Jack Gallagher.
Yeah.
And they're talking to Drake Maverick about 205 Live and about, potential superstars and, Drew's whole make 205 Live great again sort of thing.
Yep.
And Drew proceeds to say, and because of this, we have seen fit to do a little research for you. And we have here in some binders, we have lists of potential superstars that you could hire that have been, approved by us. So Gulak proceeds to hand him a black binder with the 205 Live logo on it. Jack Gallagher proceeds to hand him a binder with the Union Jack on it.
Ah, nice.
And Jack Gallagher pats Drake Maverick on the shoulder and says, and there are some British people in there for your consideration as well.
Okay.
And they walk out. So
they did. I don't know if they had it, but they did at least just schedule the first ever NXT UK takeover.
They did. It was on Saturday. It was yesterday.
Was it? Okay.
It was yesterday. Yeah.
Cool.
And Drake Maverick, as they walk out, kind of gives him this look of what the fuck. And after they walk out, he just turns around and just drops the binders on the floor. Fuck that. So 5 points to Gulak for a promo, 3 to Jack for a mini, because he didn't really say much.
Fair enough.
Because Jack is just there to stand there and look menacing with the handlebar mustache.
I guess so. Although, if he did say for your consideration, British people, then that technically is a promo.
Okay, give 5 to Jack then. Yeah, that's basically what you said, was that there are some British people in my binder for you.
Yeah. That's a horrible accent. Don't ever do that again.
I know. I can't do Jack's accent. It's hard to do his accent.
Yeah. Anyway, who the hell? Right, Drew Gulak. Yeah.
Yes.
He's gonna go up to 80. No, that's 20. How about 80? There we go. Cool.
And you got Jack, right?
Yep.
Okay, then as DM the GM turns around, Mike and Maria walk in.
Oh, that's right. They're on this show now.
Yes, and Maria, like Mike says a few things, but it's pretty much Maria doing the whole thing, but I did give them both 5 for promo.
She is the manager. That's her job.
She's the wife. She's in control of the relationship.
That too. I mean, he changed his name to Kanellis after all.
True. But yeah, basically Maria does make the entirely valid point. Mike, we have been here for 5 weeks away from our... How old is their kid? Like 3-month-old or whatever?
Yeah, like only a few months old.
Right. And he's only had like 1 fucking match. The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
So they're basically pissed off at having had to fly out here for 5 weeks straight to not be able to spend time with their newborn kid, and he hasn't been able to wrestle at all.
And what does the GM have to say about this?
The GM doesn't give a shit. And so, they're like, all right, well, you have new crops of talent coming in. You better hope that they're ready and willing to fight for their spot here on 205 Live as we are. So basically, they kind of just declared war on the newbies.
Oh boy, okay.
And they leave.
Fair enough.
And Maria's looking hot, as always.
Well, yeah.
So 5 to the Kanellises for actually showing up on TV.
Okay, sounds good. All right, 5 for Mike Kanellis. And Maria's not even on the roster.
Well, put her on the roster. She's back.
Okay, we'll stick her at the bottom.
She's Mike's valet. So whoever has Mike now gets Maria. That's you, isn't it?
I think it's me, isn't it? Kanellis. Yes, that would be me.
Well, that's perfect. Because if we have even rosters, then you can just give me Aria Davari, and that'll keep things even. If it's even. I don't know if it's even.
It's even, but that's not going to keep things even.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. Let me tab this and add her. Where's my tab key? There it is. Okay. Maria Kanellis. 205 Live. Active. On the Big Dogs Club.
Also, and maybe I'm reading a little too much into this, but Maria, when she said, I hope they're ready and willing, as willing to fight as we are, kind of thing, she actually makes the point of saying, as willing to fight as I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if that isn't a little dropped hint at potentially a women's cruiserweight division.
Except that all women are cruiserweights.
I know, but
they have their own weight class. It's under cruiserweight. It's literally called diva weight.
I know,
welterweight, depending.
But it'd be more like fighting style dependent instead of weight class dependent.
I still think that would be pointless. But we'll see.
I don't know, because like I said, the fact that I don't know if that was intentional or not, that she dropped the hint that she would be fighting. I'm like, well, who are you going to fight in 205 Live? There's like no women here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought that could be interesting. So you could like have a place for like, I don't know, if you bring in like female luchas and stuff, they'd have a place to go.
I guess that works. Continue.
Like someone like say Kairi Sane. I could see her better in 205 Live than on the main roster, to be honest.
That's fair.
So anyway, then we cut to what Mr. Canton would refer to as the bowels of the arena.
Yep.
For the 24-year-old piece of gold.
Okay.
And he's salty about losing to Kalisto the previous week and basically declares a 1-on-3 war against the Lucha House Party for daring to help their friend beat him.
Yeah, put my money on Leo Rush.
Okay. He's like, the Lucha House Party is going to feel the rush.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I mean, here's the thing, though. He's incredibly talented. They probably will feel the rush. But if they piss off, they don't feel the rush. They're just going to feel Bobby Lashley slamming them through things.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is he going to bring Bobby Lashley to 205 Live?
I don't know.
That'd be weird.
But if it does, it's just going to open the gates for DM to just pull in the AOP to just dominate people that don't agree with him.
Well, he's already threatened it once.
Yeah.
So, 5 points to Lio Rush for the promo.
Yep, already gave it to him. He's at 97.
All right. Then we go back out to the ring for the main event of Hideo Itami versus Cedric Alexander. And Hideo, of course, comes out with Arya Daivari.
Of course.
And this was a very good match. It was a lot of Cedric Alexander selling an injury because he, like, quote unquote, gets injured during the match, hurts his back, I think it's his chest because they mentioned that it's hard for him to breathe, blah blah blah. So he still manages to mount offense. He managed to do some acrobatic stuff, which you see some of the stuff he does, and you're like, how is he doing this with one lung? This doesn't make sense. Like he's fighting it hard to breathe. Next thing you know, he's doing the fucking neuralizer. You're like, what the fuck? So aside from that, he does a very good job of selling the injury. And Hideo Itami basically throwing out a lot of strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And because Kenta is more of a technical wrestler as opposed to a high flyer.
Right.
Which is a great against a high flyer like Alexander.
Yeah.
And they have them each other really well scouted. I mean, Hideo Itami has 12 evasion / counterpoints. That's how well he's got Cedric scouted.
Given that description of Hideo Itami, I was kind of surprised Drew Gulak hasn't tried to recruit him yet.
Yeah, well. Because Hideo does still take to the air. He just doesn't do it a lot. Because he's more of the grindhound. Because he is they're billing him as a striker, but he's really more of a technical wrestler. Because let's be honest, he innovated the GTS and probably the GTS 2, the one he uses now.
Yep.
And also for reasons like this, which I gave him an OMG for, where he did a Falcon Arrow off the apron to the floor.
Ouch.
Yeah, which got one of the commentators, I don't remember which one, to literally shout out, "Oh my god!" Like he literally pulled a Joey Styles. I was like, "Wow."
Nice. Was it the British one?
No, I think it was the one in the middle.
Ah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
But I could be wrong. Yeah, I know it wasn't the British one.
Yeah.
It was not Nigel.
Yeah, gotta be honest. If I was Hideo, I would have added a bit of a jump to that and slid through the announce table with it.
He was on the other side.
Oh, okay, ramp side. Got it. Fair enough.
And he did jump, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt.
I can imagine.
So, yeah, there was a lot of good stuff going, a lot of high-flying aerial stuff by Cedric. I mean, he did his launching flatliner, the neuralizer, his somersault senton that he does jumping over the top rope, stuff like that.
Yep.
But Arya Daivari made his presence known, and Hideo just bludgeoned Alexander in the next week.
Ouch.
Yeah, 2 basement drop kicks, a spinning back fist, and a falling knee strike.
Yeah.
He made sure Cedric couldn't get up.
Yeah. And then after he finished bludgeoning him, Hideo then got assaulted by 2 large bearded men for gimmick infringement.
Huh?
The Bludgeon Brothers?
Yeah.
That's a Bludgeon Brothers joke. Come on. I know they haven't been on TV in a while because one of them is injured. But
yeah, I was about to say, Hideo would win that fight because one of them's injured. And Hideo has Arya Daivari. That's not relevant as he is.
Yeah, and the Bludgeon Brother has a very large hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, Hideo wins to become the 4th member in that Fatal 4-Way match at said Royal Rumble.
There's a Fatal 4-Way match at the Royal Rumble?
For the Cruiserweight title.
Okay, who's in it besides...
Well, that's what the 2 matches last week were for.
Oh, so it's Buddy Murphy, Hideo, and...
Kalisto,
and
whoever won the final match, I can't remember. Tozawa, Akira Tozawa.
Oh, right, because Brian Kenner's going to make him the new Cruiserweight champion.
Or so he says.
Mhm.
So that's the Fatal 4-Way you have to look forward to, probably on the pre-show, because it's WWE.
Yeah, that one surprised me.
But we'll see. So
Yeah, we will see.
we'll go to Arya Daivari, 11 points for making his presence known.
Hold on one sec. I'll be right with you, my good sir. Let me just see here.
Mhm.
Let's see. Just checking the page. No, they have not indicated any matches being on the pre-show as of yet, so they must not have decided yet.
Or it's on the main card. That's fair.
Yeah. Well, they got 8 matches booked so far, so
Mhm.
we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if the SmackDown tag match with The Miz and Shane ended up on the pre-show.
I could see that.
We'll see.
Yes, Arya Daivari.
Yes. Let me go over here to Arya Daivari. Okay.
11 points to Arya Daivari.
Cool. That puts him at 27.
For helping Hideo win the match.
Nice.
And by helping him, I mean clotheslining Cedric's head off.
Ah.
Yeah. As the manager should do. Hey, look, the ref's not looking. Pow, there goes your head.
Yeah.
And speaking of the headless wonder, let's go to Cedric Alexander.
Sure, why not?
So he gets
All
5 points for being in a match, 4 for being in the main event, 6 for countering 2 falling knee strikes, 5 moves for a total of 20 points to the heart of 205 Live.
Puts him at 33.
And then your winner, Hideo Itami, who also has a whole mess of points. 5 for being in the match, 4 for being in the main event, 20 for winning the match, 5 for winning the main event, 12 for evasions and counters, 5 for the Falcon Arrow off the apron,
Uh-huh.
and 11 points because he hit Cedric Alexander a lot.
Uh-huh.
Total of 62 points to Hideo Itami.
Damn, that's 103 for Hideo.
Yeah.
Out of bam. Still not the top 10, though. That's the point we're at.
That's okay.
All right. Let's go to the scores.
We're not done yet.
Hmm?
So, throughout this match, we saw Buddy Murphy watching on the monitors.
Okay.
After the match, it goes backstage to Buddy Murphy, and he's being interviewed, and he says, now he knows who he'll be facing at the Royal Rumble, all 4 people. And he says, everyone in that match is talented, but we're talking about talented sheep when I'm the wolf. And then he says, and just to prove my point, I am offering an open challenge next week for anyone back there in the locker room that meets the 205-pound weight class to come and prove me wrong. But oh no, this is not for my title. No, it's just to prove me wrong.
Mike Kanellis.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's in my notes. I have. Why do I get the feeling that Mike Kanellis is going to take him up on that offer? Non-title open challenge against a cruiserweight champion. So, Buddy Murphy will probably be the main event of 205 Live this coming week.
Good to know.
Because he is the champ, and the champ is usually the main event.
Yep. How that works.
And actually, the way I see it, since it's the go home to the Rumble, I think, because I think the Rumble's next week, isn't it? Or is it in 2 weeks? No, it might be in 2 weeks.
Checking. The Rumble is the 27th.
So it's in 2 weeks. Okay. Well, I can still see this happening where someone comes out to take him up on the offer, and then the other 3 people come out to beat up Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
Anyway, 5 points to Buddy Murphy for promo to end the show.
All right. Sounds good.
I still like that line in the promo about, we're talking about talented sheep when I'm the wolf. Such a great line.
Yes.
Now you may go to the happy totals.
Then it cuts to Alexander Wolf like, huh? Anyway. Yes, let's go over here. All right. Refreshing. All right, final scores for the week. In the lead at 2183, still the extremely legit Yes Movement. Still in second place at 1608 are the Rowdy Last Kickers. And I'm still in third, the Big Dog Club, at 1277. Oh, 77. And 1608. All right. Let's go over to the leaderboards.
Indeed.
Top of the leaderboards at 198 points is Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose, fresh off a retention in a specialty main event match. His opponent, Seth Freakin' Rollins, holds on a second at 156 off that same match. Not to mention an earlier victory in a tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
Natalia holding in at 121 despite not being on the show this week.
Yeah.
Apollo Crews clocking in at 120. He's tied with Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion. Behind them is Chad Gable, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions at 119. Followed by Finn Balor at 117. Mustafa Ali holding in there at 111. And we end with a tie between Becky Lynch and Rusev at 106 apiece. And if we disregard the two ties, then AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre both make it in. They're tied at 105. Disregarding that, Hideo Itami and Sasha Banks tied at 103 make it in. And disregarding that, Akira Tozawa at 102 makes it in.
Damn.
There's a lot of ties.
Furious fight for the top 20 positions here.
Pretty much. Yeesh.
Top 15, I guess I should say. But yeah.
Top 15 is more accurate.
Jeez.
And even further down, Leo Rush and Joe are both at 97. Corbin and Bailey at 95. A lot of close pointage.
It is.
Kendrick and Gulak both at 80. 67 each for Jimmy Uso and John Cena. Fair enough. All right. All right, folks. Let me go ahead and close some of these windows out.
Yep.
We'll
wrap
the
the
bitch.
XFL for this week.
That was this week's XFL. We hope you enjoyed it. Close this out. Too many windows. That one. All right. So with that, we will see you next week for both the scoring and next week. And we will also have our new awards that we will have renamed by then. And the week after that, stay tuned for the first in our Year of Starkid. Starkid 10th Anniversary Spectacular.
And the Royal Rumble.
That too. We'll see you next time, folks. Peace.